Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
With us in studio, he's going to be at the Funny Bone. One show tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, and 2 shows Saturday.
Yes, sir. Orlando.funnybone.com.
Yeah, formerly the Improv.
Yeah, we had to practice that a lot. You know the deal. We just found that out.
Craig Robinson's here. How you doing, Craig?
Great. How y'all doing?
Good to
Good.
see you, man.
Let's talk the show Killing It, because
Can we talk about that?
Let's do it.
Why aren't they talking about that show? It's so good, dude. It
Thank
is
you, brother.
literally... I came in to tell him I was just freaking out about it, and I wish somebody had told me about it. I think they're doing you dirty. I think everybody needs to know about that show.
Yeah. On
Because
Peacock.
I'm from Florida. It's got all the things we've been talking about for years. 3 seconds in, I see an iguana drop out of a tree. I'm like, this is the show for me. And but seriously, so many good jokes, and they're so well written. It's got the vibe of Gemstones, but with you, and I like that. It's got like the vibe of Ashley Schaefer BMW. There's some sex sprinkled on. It's got everything that I've liked. And sorry if I'm coming in way too hot on an early morning, but man, that show, it's a really good show, and I just think everybody should know about the show. And I was actually pissed off that nobody told me, did you know there's a show about Florida and about a guy doing the stuff that this guy's grandfather has been telling us?
Hunting
that
pythons.
He has been hunting, like, no shit. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really worked up about this. His grandpa has been talking about this invasive species for years, and then you've been telling me about it.
He had a place in the Everglades.
He had a place in the Everglades.
I grew up in Miami, so it's funny watching the show how many Florida and South Florida stuff that you put in there, like inside jokes that, and it made me realize, because all this stuff is normal to us, but when watching it on the show, I'm like,
it's a banana show.
This is why the rest of the country thinks they were crazy, because when you see it on the show, you're like, all right, this is ridiculous.
It's really good, man. So how did that come about? Like, it's so good.
Dan Gore and Luke Del Tredici. So, they are the head writers from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Great show.
And they have, a bunch of other credits and stuff. So it was like one of the last seasons of Brooklyn, and Dan was like, hey, man, we want to do something with you. And then we just kind of talked, and about, and I don't know how long later, we all met with my manager, Mark Schulman, and we got to talking, and they said, okay, well, we don't know yet, but, we'll come with some ideas. They came with like 3 ideas, and at this time the pandemic hit, right?
Okay.
And so they had these ideas, and it was like, okay, one was a musical thing, this was and then there was this Killing It, but they wasn't called Killing It yet. But they were like the Florida and snakes and winning the ATV and all this stuff. So it was like, well, that sounds crazy, and we don't see much like this. And developed and with Zoom meetings and yada 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 and then sold the show and couldn't wait for the pandemic to be over, blah blah blah, and here we go. And
were you rerehearsing via Zoom? Like, was that something?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm talking about as far as like
you like
pitch
putting it
meetings
together.
and
Gotcha.
trying to get somebody to bite.
Did you know all the stuff about Florida, like the iguanas falling? No. So this was all just new to you. And did you think it was just like fake written into the script, or did you find out that was real?
It sounded.
It just sounded ridiculous.
As I learned about it, I learned, some of these things. I mean, these things happen. So no, I didn't know, and that was all like Dan and Luke, doing their due diligence.
But it looks so real, like as lifelong.
Oh my God, the props department did an amazing
like
job.
as a lifer, like some of the things that and this is again why I'm going to tell all of our listeners to check out the show. Like in the first couple episodes, you can pick out when the show was filmed based on the number of Trump signs and flags that are stacked in the people's yards, because they put that in the show to like kind of show you where you're at.
That's a
reality. And I'm like, they nailed it. There's the guy with like 9 Trump flags and like over trumping it.
A snake goes by.
Yeah, it's so
iguana falls down.
They really did
Florida.
do an amazing job, and
cool.
like your supporting cast around you, man, is just like so good. So I just want the show to continue to be a huge hit, because also Rotten Tomatoes is doing you right. I don't know if you've looked on there.
Yeah.
You guys are sitting in the 80s and 90s. I'm like, whoo,
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
I
Thank
mean,
you, people.
you got that in the Pizza Hut. Oh my God.
And then
Doing it.
like, and kind of describe to our audience, like, even the premise of the show, because it starts off with your character being a Saul Palmetto farmer, and which is also
Well, he starts as
he
a
wants
security
to be.
guard.
he wants to be
Saul Palmetto.
Well, he's a dreamer, right? I would say he's a
Yeah,
dreamer.
sure.
chasing the American dream.
There's a lot of similarities between, I would not say Craig, but the character Craig and you. You are a bit of a dreamer.
Get rich quick.
Yeah, get a little get rich quick.
It's very Tom Van. The show is very Tom
Did it not
Van.
freak you out that the guy was like, and then you see the love interest and you see that unfold and you're seeing that this guy is so flawed?
Yeah, it's Florida trash. Craig knows. And then it's funny because even like the second season, you start getting into the invasive snails that are in Florida.
I didn't think people knew about this. And now there's a comedy
If I'm
show.
being 100%, I didn't really know about it. I didn't know
giant
about the
African snails.
Giant African land
No,
snails.
and I've lived here my entire life.
If you search that, they're all over Broward County now. They're going north because it's getting warmer. Anyway, that's all of Florida. Like it all starts in South Florida in the Everglades, and then as things warm up, they're like, we're going to Orlando.
Yeah,
it'll be here soon
for sure.
Craig, I'm curious, because you do so much with movies, TV shows, your band, Nasty Delicious. Commercials, stand-up. How the hell do you plan out? Do you plan out the next 3 years? Like it's
That's
crazy.
A good question. Yeah.
I have a great team around me, and they we all coordinate, and they'll send this and that, and I gotta approve or disapprove. So it's like it's work together. It's work, for sure.
Because it seems like because you're doing stand-up tour, and then I'm sure your band, like even setting up a band tour, like then all of a sudden a movie role, or your agent comes to you with the TV show.
Step on each other all the time. Yeah.
So what takes precedent?
The acting roles pretty much take precedence, and then everything else kind of works around there.
Gotcha. So it's like acting first. Obviously, it's probably the payday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's important.
Yeah.
Let's not BS.
And commercials, they work with you, and they're usually like, it might be 1 day or it might be 2 to 3 days, and then stand up is sometimes you can be doing two things at once. You can do the stand up and go on a weekend and do something, but for the most part, we have a clause where if something comes up, I can get out of it or whatever.
And you got the good one too, because Tom and I were talking about like Pizza Hut is such an iconic. It's the Mickey D's of pizza. Because it's the big
brand.
One. It's the big one. It's the food is in the name. Which I feel like is the most important one, right? If you get the food in the name, I feel like just by design.
Hey man,
it's the one I grew up on.
I love.
Do you
get the Pizza Hut,
Do you get the cups? Do you get the ones that when they hit
the
the ground? Yeah, you remember the cups? They hit the ground, they never stop bouncing.
I don't remember. No.
Yeah, they had these red cups made of plastic.
What were they made out of? It was more than just plastic.
They would never stop. If you dropped one of those cups, they'd get king,
indestructible.
And they would just keep, kinetic. It would just keep going for forever.
How did that Pizza Hut endorsement come about?
I'm not sure. I think I have its agent. Brittany, when she sends the email, it's like, oh yeah, it's the good ones, and she sent out one, got this thing Pizza Hut, and then we figured it out from there, and it's been a couple of years at least.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I looked this up because we always try to research, but they call you what? Are you for pizza? You're the spirit of Pizza Hut.
Spirit of Pizza Hut.
Spirit of Pizza Hut. It's listed as that.
Craig, I'm curious with the like you mentioned the writers from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They pitched you killing it, and do you find that writers have, because of the way you act, your personality, just the way you come off on screen from us watching you in movies and TV shows, like I feel like writers may like have an easier time writing for you because of your character, your personality. I don't know. Do you find it that writers find it easy to write for your characters?
I don't know how easy it is, but they, it's about. But they're good. They know how to capture people's voices.
Yeah.
So they were writing to everybody, and experiences that I've had. So yeah, you just try to give what you can, and then they catch it.
And then they know you have the ability to improv too. So like,
Well, he's just a good actor in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I
He
don't
does
want
I
don't want to
dramatic.
fanboy too much, but I
Well,
was
he does
gonna
that
say,
dramatic role in Mr. Robot, which is one of my favorite
Yeah,
shows.
yeah.
And
really?
so
Yeah.
it's like very different than a lot of his comedic performances. Is there more drama roles you're looking to get into?
Oh yeah.
You're good at
figure
that.
it
You can't
out.
talk about all that yet?
Well, it's not that I can't talk. It's that there's nothing on the horizon right
Ah.
now. But yeah, I definitely want to sink my teeth in that area. Some
There's
more.
an element of that even in this show. Like you can see the
Sure.
Family Man connection. Like
Yeah, it's not strictly just a
no,
comedy,
it's
yeah.
not. And like in Killing It, like there's a scene. I don't know how to even describe this. I mean, the show is bananas goofy, but then there's also you doing sign language because your love interest, your ex-wife in the thing. I'm guessing it's the love. There's still tension there. I feel it. But you're doing sign language. She's doing like I don't know. Like to me, that felt more real. It felt authentic. It's cool that they added that. It's cool that they included a deaf character, you know, like, but they didn't force it down your throats and make it weird. They made it like,
Very
of course,
natural.
this is his ex-wife.
did you already know sign language?
No.
Okay, did you learn? Is that
I
actual?
know
sign
the
language?
alphabet, but yeah, definitely learned for the show, and it got a little better as I went along. The first, first season was a little rough, but second season I got a little better.
But it's good because you see you see him doing it, and it's like, I don't want to ruin
more
it. Just,
real,
yeah,
yeah,
just
yeah.
watch it, but yeah.
I'm curious. What are you doing for the Super Bowl, Craig? Like,
So I didn't realize it
Gonna
was.
have Pizza Hut.
Yeah, of course. You start with the best pizza going.
I didn't realize it was this Sunday, and like a couple weeks ago, a buddy asked me to do a show, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." And yeah, I'll be doing a show.
no, you be working
At
on
your friends?
I'll be doing a show. I might stop by a party beforehand, but in the meantime, I got a show at like 8:00 that night. So what time does the game start? You might know.
I wanna
Well,
say
it
like
depends on the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
it starts at 6 here,
Is it 6?
Eastern.
Oh,
yeah,
true,
yeah.
true.
So,
Also like 3 in LA.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Maybe I can do both.
Yeah, you'd probably be all right.
I was curious if you get invited to a bunch of
Yeah.
Super Bowl parties.
Did you go
the
like?
celebrities?
Do you like that sort of stuff? Like where you go and show out and like, or you
I-
seem
I-
very chill and calm. And
I
just,
used to do a lot more. I'm not drinking,
Oh.
so I used to do that. I would be like, yeah, first in line to all of that stuff. But when you're not drinking, it's like, maybe a few minutes and then yada yada. But yes,
I'm doing a bit of that myself.
yeah, me too. Yeah,
Yeah,
me
we
too.
both have pulled back
Oh,
and
nice.
and aren't doing the
It makes it
alcohol right
less
now.
fun to go to parties.
Let's just be honest.
It just is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's THC, but that gives you a
Yeah.
little paranoid sometimes.
Yeah, it messes with
Everyone
me.
at this party's looking at
I
me.
go to the bathroom, I splash of water in my face,
Yeah,
try
yeah.
not to throw up or something.
Yeah. You start getting that anxiety. You're sitting there, you're like, oh, here it comes.
Yeah.
We're
So
like,
you look
we're-
good, man. I mean, obviously from
Thank
the
you, man.
non-alcohol.
Are you still doing the vegan thing too?
not doing vegan,
Oh,
but
okay.
I am working out.
You
and
dipped your toes in it though. I read.
I did. That was like a year. I
Yeah.
did 1 year of doing vegan, and then I ended
that's
up.
hard.
I went to France, and I think it's illegal to be a vegan there.
Oh really? A lot of meat.
Yeah, but I bet the
lot
food
of
there
meat
is
and
just
dairy.
phenomenal.
A lot of cheese.
So yeah, I called for a vegan restaurant,
And they're like, what?
and they were like, they called back. They were like, the restaurant next door has broccoli.
Always broccoli.
You think that
Nothing?
everybody.
No vegan
I
restaurants
hate
in
broccoli.
France?
I
Yeah.
absolutely despise broccoli.
You
I
gotta
cooked it
roast the
last
hell
night.
out of it.
I cooked it last night, and what I got to do with my broccoli is I take this is the bushel of it, I chop this stem off, the thick boy,
Yeah.
the big
and then I
stem.
chop all the little ones into little broccolis.
Yeah, florets.
No, smaller than a floret. I'm talking micro floret. I got to go micro floret, or I can't even put it in my mouth. It's horrible, absolutely horrible.
I stopped eating Brussels sprouts when I realized that's what was giving me the,
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I thought Brussels sprouts, broccoli,
They
cauliflower.
give you gas though.
But aren't they?
I don't know.
I thought broccoli, Brussels sprouts, like there's something like that. Broccolini.
mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's like people that have been telling me that we've been lied to by Big Veg.
Craig, I'm sure you're aware of, and I found out about this recently. Within the rich guy community, they go to the doctor and they test their blood and they get everything back, and then they pay to supplement everything that's
yeah.
wrong with their blood.
Yeah.
And then so whether it's testosterone, all these things, they're just messing with their body chemistry because they have the means to get your blood tested and do all the
Sure.
stuff.
You can do it.
Have you done any of this?
No.
But this happens, and
I would love to do something like
celebrities.
that just to see if there's
We're
a change.
Yeah, with the
we've been
foods you
kicking
eat
it
and
around.
stuff.
We've been kicking around both going on the tee and going crazy. Just
Well,
becoming wild men.
because you could test your blood to see if like certain foods like bother your
Right,
body
yeah.
or not, or, like how you absorb certain
gluten.
vitamins.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid to do that.
rich
I don't
people
want to
do
see
this.
how weak I am because I think it's going to come back. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, but
going to
you
come
throw
back
'em-
that everything I can't eat anything.
But you throw money
Is
at it.
that a special, like the name of a test or something?
I mean, it's just like they like.
You can do them at home now. I see the ads for them. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
But like I assume that all celebrities do this. Like you see Bezos, he's ripped. You're like, that guy is paying
Well,
to get
that
that.
guy-
That's what people do.
Yeah, you know, like-
Angelina Jolie was
And
like,
the-
I might get breast cancer, remove my breasts.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
And
Like they
I'm-
do the preemptive.
She did that?
Yeah.
But, and I'm sure like,
Yeah, like
because the gene ran in her family.
yeah, because the gene was so strong, she was like, well, I'm just going to get in front of it
not take the chance
and
yeah.
not take the chance.
Yowza.
And that's what
Yeah.
rich people do. They like try to. And
And now they can like DNA pick their baby, like if they want blue eyes, if, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Blonde
can pick your
hair,
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the gender you
You've
want.
been able to do that
That's
for years, though.
crazy.
But
my
I-
family, I'm definitely random. When you look at me, it's like let's mix up these. I'm like
Grab bag.
any video game. It's like random. Let's mix up these haircuts.
But I just assumed everybody in Hollywood's on Ozempic and testosterone and everything.
Wegovy,
right?
Ozempic.
Is that true or no?
My doctor was going to put me on Ozempic, and I went to get the prescription, and it was like $1,000 a shot for that, per
Right.
month.
Yeah.
And the insurance wasn't covering, and I said, you know what? Let me hit the gym. Let me
Old school. I like so
right.
cheap. Yeah, you're
me
yeah.
dig
Planet
in.
Fitness, $10 a
I like
month.
that. He's regular. He's a regular human.
And then so now it's like 7 months in, just doing something every day. Do something.
Yeah, that's what you've been saying. Even if it's just 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just something walking up and down a stair, walking around the lake.
That is refreshing, Craig, because I just assumed that
No,
once.
don't sit here now and act like you think that this is noble because you're always like, just take the shot, just take the
No,
pill.
but he's never met a famous person
Yes.
that has ever been like
That's true.
saved a buck or something. Like
Right,
seriously, we
right.
get people in here that like some of the
Well,
things they say
he always says
blow our
throw
mind.
money at it.
I thought once you become a celebrity,
Yeah.
you just throw money at everything.
I
and
would
then
argue you're the most recognizable, person we've ever had in here, just
Yeah.
because of all the stuff that you've
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
And especially The Office. I feel like The Office carries still now. I carry so much. Some TV is so bad now that people still watch The Office. That's how good The Office is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you seem perfectly normal, Craig, which is
yeah.
awesome. It
Yeah.
just, it
And you're
means
obviously grinding away
I
because
thought
you're
it
bigger
changed
in the
everybody.
show, if I
Yeah.
can say that. I think you're heavier in the show than you are now. At least it looks like it.
Oh yeah, I dropped a lot in these past 7 months.
You look
for
great.
sure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's awesome. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Well, Craig, thanks so much for
Yeah,
coming in. We
man.
appreciate it. Again, he's going to be at the Funny Bone tonight. 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday. Orlando.funnybone.com.
Hey, go
for
check out
tickets.
that show. Please.
Yeah, yeah.
Killing it. I'm
Killing
sure.
it, yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for having me, man. It's good to see y'all.
Yeah, good
what's
to
the
see you
side?
too, man. Thanks for being
8
here.
years later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, the last time was
Welcome
2016.
back.
We had just built this out,
Yeah.
and now it's like broken in and old.
yeah.
We built it out. The world shut down, and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Then you're back.
Wait, it was crazy. 2016 does not seem like that long ago,
No.
but when you look at it, you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's over 8 years ago.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I barely had a kid.
We could have been a doctor by. All right, we will be right back.
Awesome, man. Great job. Thank you guys so much.
Word, yeah.
Appreciate you doing that, man.
I appreciate.
Get you some slates now.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat was that Bernie Mac.
They don't have their glasses on, or are they making a joke? Or?
Read that. I was reading. I was like, what?
They you know, the internet. They like to make each other laugh.
Yeah, it's such a fun place. Yeah.
We're good. I'm done.
Yeah, man. Thank you again for doing it. You mind getting a photo real quick?
Sure, man.
Let's grab
Not
our.
to be an absolute weirdo, but can I have you sign my Mr. Robot book?
Sure. Oh, wow.
I don't even know if you know about this, but like when he was in prison for the season, they came out with this book where he was writing in the notebook.
It's his book. I'm glad somebody else.
So it's like his journal from the prison.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Wow. What do you want to have?
Oh, you can just sign up here.
These are cool,
so much.
right?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, these are great. These are stylish pants. And Russ walks up to me. He's like, I haven't seen somebody rock
Look, you're
a pair of
prepared.
really great white shoes like We should get Crystal. You should get Crystal. We should take Andrew.
You're funny.
He did a comedy
Oh, thank you.
gig right here at the cigar place.
Oh, really?
It's,
Is it a cigar place now?
everybody's probably staring at me.
I'm glad it worked out, dude. That's great.
Yeah, we tried to do it on my bed.
You mind taking this photo for us, man?
All right.
Thank you, man.
Good.
We'll get a quick photo and get you on
We
there.
got a mirror in the back if you want to check.
Yeah. If you want to get it right.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
right here.
Yep, right here in the bedroom. If you want to check it. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, Jen.
Have a good rest of your day, man.
Good to
Don't
see you.
forget your
Good to see you
sunglasses.
too. Good seeing you as
Yeah,
always,
good seeing
man.
you, man.
Hit us up.
Got you, bro.
It's got too hot in
I know, I just took my hoodie off.
Stupid Florida. All right, where's that? Thursday.
Thursday 1.
We don't have anything there?
Nope.
Sorry, I cursed.
It's all good.
Was flowing. ACT Thursday 2/8/24. What's the rest of our schedule today?
We got Aiden Bisset at, what was it, 11:30? So we got a little bit of time because they got here early.
Yeah, we'll do the second part of Thursday, and then
Cool.
All right, so we'll need 22 for that.
And then you could always do some. There, that's at 11:30.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got.
So we got about an hour and 15.
Okay. There we go.
I'll see you guys.
I think.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Bye.
He was tired.
Yeah.
He's so tired. Charles and Danielle, we don't know. We don't know if he was allowed to talk about that.
About what?
Season 3.
Oh.
He didn't seem to want to.
I feel like if he could have, he would have.
Yeah, maybe it's in limbo. You know, maybe we weren't supposed to bring it up. I don't know. Don't know.
No, he seemed excited to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a good ass show though.
It is good. It's got like a 95% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay. Oh, wow. Keyed up BDM. Thank you for doing that.
Doug Judy.
What movie was that?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, the show. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was Doug Judy.
Which, again, are one of the co-creators of Brooklyn Nine-Nine actually created this show, Killing It. So if you liked Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you'll probably like this show.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's pretty funny. I never got into it, but I think it'd just be if it had landed differently, I would have.
The chat thinks that Craig was doing a power move by sitting in your chair, Tom.
Oh,
Did he sit in your chair?
He did to sign my book.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, yeah. He got you. I never let a man sit in my chair. We should talk about that. Where's this go?
you know
We're
how
going to do Thursday 2.
Okay.
We only need 22 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
we could talk about Craig sitting in my chair, and then
Yeah.
how I have such little boundaries about
And
anything.
how embarrassed I was to ask him to sign my book.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's talk
okay.
about all that. Let's do the aftermath. Okay. I'll bring us back. Here we go. And 3, 2. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Well, that was really fun, right?
So Sam did something I've never seen her do.
Yeah, I don't
Ever with
normally do
I
that.
kind of
With
feel
it-
like Sam's coming out of her shell. Not that she was in
No.
a shell, but I do feel like she's a lot more fun than she. Like, I feel like Sam, it used to be sort of neck and neck with you two on being quiet and not liking fun. Like
What are you
early
talking
years
about?
ago. Don't take offense to this. But then, like, I feel like Sam, like quietly over the years, has now powered her fun up. Like, she's very fun now. Have you seen her shoe choices, her hat choices, her nails? Have you seen her nails lately? She's been changing her nails weekly to fun nails. I feel like Sam's on a fun.
I don't believe it.
I think she's riding some fun right now, and I'm here for it. That's what I wanted to get out.
She's team no fun like me.
I don't believe she is. No, I think you miscategorize her, and that's what I was trying to say. Hopefully you're taking this as the compliment I intended. But I believe that you miscategorize her as being non-fun. You kind of sucked her into your quiet room, your quiet place, whatever you call it, the quiet place. And look at how fun she is. Look at that hat. She got a Waldo hat on. She got, like, matching her Chuck Taylors.
Well, I've always matched.
But not like lately. I feel like she's very fun.
So Sam asked Craig to sign her Mr. Robot book,
Yeah.
right? Which
You don't even have any books.
It's one of my favorite shows of all time, and he was a character in it.
She has a Remy Funko Pop, right? Remy Malik Funko Pop?
Well, I have Mr. Robot.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Mr. Robot.
I thought you meant Remy.
Not Remy.
I was like, what?
Remy has a Funko Pop.
Yeah, it's very, very.
You know, Our Team has their own Funko.
But she's
now.
really into the show. She always has
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
So, and of course he was happy to
And
sign
in
it.
the one season that he was in was the season, spoilers, that Elliot goes to prison. And so in prison, he's writing in a journal. And then after the show came out, they came out with a journal that he supposedly wrote in prison. So it was the season he was in, too. So there's like a whole tie-in. So I was like, I got to have Craig Robinson sign my book, right?
I like it when they do that. I know you're not a fan. Twin Peaks did this. Friend of the show, Larry Fulford, was talking to. He's been obsessed with Larry's been obsessed with Twin Peaks lately. And one of his buddies sent, hopefully this gets back to Larry, one of Larry's buddies sent him like the companion that's supposed to be like Laura Palmer's diary.
Yeah.
Remember Laura Palmer was the girl that was murdered?
I love stuff like that. They even had like an after the show ended like video game. It was great.
I too do like a fun.
It's kind of like when Lost was out
prop.
and they had like you could do things in between the episodes when they dropped.
Yeah.
Derek
or
was talking
like,
about
hey,
those.
we found the real. Hey, look, this is.
It's like you could participate in the show.
Yeah, it was like we found the writings of the first girl.
Like he didn't even know they made that book. Because I told him, I was like, I'm not sure if you know they came out with this book. And I was like, you remember when he was writing in the journal in the series?
No.
And he was like, wow, I didn't know that.
No, he probably hasn't even seen Mr. Robot.
Right, he probably hasn't,
Yeah.
right?
I think he looks at anything he does. Like maybe he's seen every episode of Killing It because it's his show.
He probably hasn't, though, right?
But I would imagine he hasn't. It's kind of like I look at it like when I go on any other podcast.
like we never go back and listen to these shows.
Yeah.
I spot check them. I spot check them for quality, but that's
but you're
about
not
it.
listening to the whole thing. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't listen to
Or
So
them.
he'll probably see some stuff in some editing rooms, but he probably doesn't sit and watch the entire series,
He didn't
right?
have time.
Yeah.
I think the only people that do that are housewives, so that they're prepared for the reunions and they
Yeah.
can talk smack.
Do you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
he's
Nobody else does that,
And
right?
they're egomaniacs, right? So you would
Yeah,
think
there probably is someone. There probably is an actor out there that watches all their
Kevin
work.
Spacey seems like the type of guy that
Oh.
would film his Christmas
Yeah.
special where he pretends to be the president of the United States. He has his hand inside a turkey, and he's like, y'all remember me, and here I am again. And he's that weird Southern voice. I think he watches those and masturbates.
So, back to asking someone
does.
to autograph something. Now there was, I'm pretty sure.
And again, Craig's very chill, so I was like, do
Almost too
I
chill.
ask him?
He's almost too chill, and he was quiet.
So even when you
and
guys asked
tired.
for a picture, he was like, sure, let's do it. I was like, do I do it? Do I ask him? Do I ask him?
You had to do it.
I'm
You
wearing
had
a Mr. Robot shirt.
You had to shoot your shot.
Yeah,
You
now,
had to do it.
for sure. Like I would have assumed.
Look, we're
like,
coming
if-
in for a landing. You got to grab everything you can.
Right, exactly. This will probably never happen
No, but
again.
Yeah.
I am being a little serious.
I
in
wasn't
that
here the last time
Look,
he was in studio.
We have a very specifically cool job, right? That is, we have access to very famous people in a weird way, where we get to talk to them unlike anybody else gets to talk to them. Like, nobody else that I know of in my circle of friends can ever say that they carried on a strange conversation with Craig Robinson
He
about
told
a
me I was
bathroom.
funny.
Yeah, he did tell you were funny. That's a great compliment to have. What a
From
great
Craig
interaction.
Robinson?
Also, we could do something unique, which is we could have just kept talking and made him
Kept
sit
him.
there
Yeah,
Kept him
yeah.
here.
for a pretty.
You
I
got
mean,
out on 18 minutes. I
Yeah.
saw it. You gave him 2 minutes for free. I saw that.
but
You're a good host. You're a
but-
good human, Tom Van.
But if we wanted to, and then I start thinking to myself, I was like, we could just keep it going. I wonder when he
So
just
The
get up and
Office.
walk out.
No, I think
when would he get up
appreciated
and
it.
just walk out?
I think he's too nice.
No, he appreciated it. You
Would
could
he
tell
just-
he appreciated us making it brief. You could tell that.
Yeah,
But
he
would,
was tired.
Would he take it for an hour and a half?
No.
Okay.
He'd just get up?
What-
No,
and
he'd
leave?
probably say, "Look, man, I appreciate you guys having me here, but I gotta head out."
What would you?
He'd probably
okay.
say something.
I mean, like,
So awkward.
there is a. I mean, you do have to. Let's talk about this because
you
I
gotta
think
read the room.
you do
yeah.
have to read the room. What would you have done if you would have walked
When
in
he
this-
busted out the almonds, I'm like, all right, we
yeah,
gotta wrap
when he
this
started
up.
eating the almonds, I'm like, this guy needs food.
Nourishment. He needs
No,
nourishment.
he
He's
does,
crashing.
He does intermittent fasting, and I think he was
Yeah.
in the middle of the
Of
fast.
the crash.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
to go back to bed. That's the only way you can intermittent fast if you're a fatso like me. Is you got to go to sleep. You have to turn your brain off. You can't. If I'm awake and there's food, I want the food. But like for him, what would you have done if you walked in this morning and I had a big sign that said "Welcome, Craig," and I had a piano set up, and it was like I'm priming it for like.
I was like, yes!
Yeah. If I'd have been like, get to work, like get in there and sing and dance.
Oh, yeah. I like it because then I'm like, he's doing what he makes money doing.
I'm forcing him.
And then now he's doing it for free at our show and we'll make the money.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
That's what.
So should I have done that?
That's what
Do
people
you know that under that
That's
couch-
what
do you
people
know
think when the radio show hosts
Yeah.
make other people
Do you
who
look under there?
charge for what they're doing do their thing.
Do you see under there?
Yeah,
There's a
there-
keyboard.
I know there's a keyboard.
And do
yeah,
you
yeah.
know there's a stand under there?
Were you
And
gonna
I
bust
thought
it
about
out?
I thought if I'm lying, I'm dying. I thought
No.
about it.
It's a
But
D.
Do
it-
your bit.
But
It's
it
a
would
D
make
and
me
then-
so uncomfortable because as soon as he walked in, this is how quickly I can tell. And this isn't anything bad. This is just reality. He's a great guy, a wonderful guest, and we love having him on. But as soon as he walked in with the sunglasses, I'm like, oh, man, he's real tired. We got to get him out quick.
Yeah.
First thing I thought of, we got to get him out quick.
And then I made fun of Joe Sensabella for grabbing Tom's muscle milk.
That's
And
fine.
he almost put it back. I felt bad. I
No,
was
it's
just
fine.
teasing
He
him.
needed it.
You know, he is very sensitive for a comedian.
No, yeah,
All the comedians we have
Why
in
are they so
here-
sensitive?
Why are they so sensitive?
Well,
I was just
it's
making
me.
a joke.
I make them all uncomfortable. I retold the story of Adam Murray stealing the almonds,
Yeah.
and since we've made it's fine.
What are
But
the odds? And then,
But it
and
made
then
it
Craig
worse.
Robinson had
Did
almonds.
you
Yeah.
notice it made it worse when I told the story? Joe was
He's like, "I'll put it back,
I'll
I'll put it back."
I'll put it back. I'm like, you don't have to put it
Well,
back.
I will say that
It is an odd choice when you say, "Hey, we
What
have
is it
free
for-
beverages in the mini fridge if
No.
you want anything."
No.
Now, typically that's for the actual guest, but Joe was like, "Not only am I going to go in this fridge and grab myself
No,
a
I
beverage
support
and
it.
screw Craig Robinson, I'm going to go for a muscle milk."
I would too.
At
I think
10
I would
o'clock
have
in the
too.
morning?
If you say free beverages, when I go to Liberty
Did he
Barber,
just think it was a chocolate milk like a baby?
no, he knew it was a muscle milk.
Yeah.
That man knows his way
Yeah.
around a muscle milk. He's seen a muscle milk before.
Now-
When I go to Liberty Barber and John the Barber says you can have anything in the fridge you want, if I open it up and his lunch is in there, I could welcome myself to it.
That's
if
why I
want.
started bringing my
I could.
lunchbox. I started putting my
Yes,
personal.
I can. No,
I
it's-
started putting my personal drinks in my lunchbox because Tom started doing that with everyone, and then everyone grabbed my Red Bulls
It was,
every time.
Who offered Sensabella
I
a
gotta
drink?
stop
Who
doing
offered
that.
Joe a drink?
Tom Van.
And was the phrasing what you said was that we have a fridge of drinks and make yourself at home?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if that's the case,
Take anything you want.
then Joe didn't. Oh,
They
then
could have
Joe-
took half my pub sub in
Joe
there.
did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
Joe
but-
did nothing wrong.
No, but when
No,
so-
he didn't.
when-
He did. I didn't say he
No.
did. I was just making fun of him because I'm like, who the hell grabs a muscle milk?
Okay,
I would have
hold
too.
on.
Free muscle
Hold
milk.
on. You
I
have-
would have free muscle milk.
I would never have grabbed
I
a
almost
muscle
cursed
milk.
again. Those things are
Does it-
expensive. They're
They
like
are
$4
expensive.
a poof.
Does no one else constantly do calculations every second of the day about what is actually
I do.
happening?
I do,
do.
but mine are dumb.
Okay.
Mine are like the dumbest things.
No, no.
Like, how quickly can I get out of here and smoke weed?
So let's say I'm bringing Craig Robinson. The Joe's gonna get. He'll never hear this.
No, he doesn't listen.
But
he's gonna listen now.
but well, let's say I'm bringing Craig Robinson to around his media tour, right?
Sure.
So I go and then I go into our studio, walk. Hey, how you doing? And then Craig.
Oh God! Can you imagine Tom driving around Craig Robinson,
First
who's
of
like
all-
the most chill, quiet comedian,
They
and,
would
and
never
then
get there.
Tom would not stop talking. He's telling about his radio days.
No, he wouldn't talk. They would never get there, and Tom would be so afraid. First of all, Tom wouldn't know how to get into the studio. He wouldn't know where, like driving over here, and then you'd get in the area and not know the address, and you
Oh,
just keep
get
driving
lost.
around
Yeah, get
because you're
lost.
too afraid to tell the person you're lost,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You'd be like, I
oh,
can't
yeah, yeah.
tell them I'm lost, or he'll yell
Oh,
at
and then
me.
I'll pretend to take a call. I'm like, oh, sorry, you
Yeah.
canceled. Okay, sorry, they're canceled.
Yeah, they canceled.
Yeah,
They're driving back to it.
because I would know, like Craig will never know, and then I know like all these media things do nothing for him. So I'm helping him.
That's what Pip said yesterday.
Pip did yesterday say
Pip
that
said-
the morning news
Yeah.
does nothing now.
Pip says nothing in the morning does anything for me. He's like, podcasts do okay. Well, they used to.
Yeah,
He said that. I'm like, not
Yeah.
anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's eking towards nothing does nothing.
Nothing does nothing.
Write that down. Right? Nothing does nothing. I need a collection of these, and that's a good one.
Anyway,
you were saying,
back to
so-
the autograph.
So you're in this scenario. You're driving Craig Robinson around. You go
Oh,
to the studio,
oh,
and then you walk him in, and then me, the host, I say, hey,
Offer yourself. Yeah,
make yourself at home. Take
whatever-
anything you want.
Whatever you want in the fridge, help yourself. So
Yeah.
I open the fridge,
Yes.
and then I see like a bunch of different things, right?
Beers.
So, but I look around. I'm like, there's no other fridge. So there.
You don't know that.
Well, this is a small studio. Like, where's the fridge gonna be?
Are you taking
our
me-
personal fridge is gonna be in our office. Maybe there is.
Are
but
you taking me into
You should bring one of your 20
Yeah.
fridges from your house
Yeah.
and bring them in the office
Bring
so that
one-
people don't get your muscle milk.
Are you bringing us into the world of the microcalculation?
Yeah,
I think you
yeah.
are. Bring us into the world.
So I'm like, oh, this is the only fridge. So when I look in there, and
Yeah.
then I see
Hourglass beer.
yeah, I see some
Joey
hourglass.
Mazant's domestic.
Yeah, I see some beers, and then I'm like, all right, well,
water,
like,
sparkling
Yeah.
water,
Sparkling
Mountain
water.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah, yeah.
Daniel's Liquid Deaths.
yeah, the all free game. But then I see like a muscle milk or like protein
A
drinks.
4-pack. A
And-
4-pack of muscle milk. They're not even muscle milks. They're the cheaper brand because you don't buy the good stuff.
And then if I see like some sort of what looks like a personalized Tupperware of food with a Red
Yeah.
Bull next to it,
Hamburger
and,
helper, yeah.
and then I'm gonna be like, well, that's obviously someone who works here's personal
no,
lunch.
Red Bull's on game. You can take that Red
No,
Bull.
but if it's next to the little
No.
Tupperware,
No,
then
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
get into that game.
I'm gonna be like, this, and it's not like
No.
there's not a line of Red
See,
Bulls.
Exactly.
She's
You know what I'm saying?
lost.
Like-
No, I would totally do the same thing. I would be like,
You've
okay, what
lost,
do they
like-
have multiple of?
Yes.
Okay, multiple waters? I'll take a water.
Yeah, because that's what's
I'm not
obvious.
taking the one-off thing. No
yeah,
way.
yeah. The one-offs is
Oh,
like
I
that's
always
someone's
take the
personal.
one-off because it's the
No.
best thing. There's a reason it's a one-off, you idiot.
yeah, but then I
Yeah,
know.
I mean, there's a reason there's one Red Bull in there, and how many Red Bulls have you lost?
Oh, a
7?
lot,
7 Red Bulls
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
lost because she puts the single. If you don't want people to take the Red Bull, you keep it in your lunch pail.
That's what I do now.
You
but
do
it's,
not
but it's
put
hot.
it.
It'll be hot when you drink it.
No,
Well,
I
then-
have an ice pack in there. What am I, a savage?
Or
Come
you
on.
can do this move, but you can't get caught by a guest, especially one that's a minority. You can keep it in the fridge, and then right before they show up, you have to run in there and
Sorry,
get it out.
that's mine.
But don't let them see you do it. They'll think that you're racist if you do.
Or
it.
put a little note.
No,
don't
put the
touch.
Note. I'll take the note off.
Yeah.
And then I'll just take the Red Bull.
Yeah, that's the equivalent to locking your doors in your car.
It is. Joe did nothing wrong. I stand by that.
So back to the autograph. So
I was proud of you for doing that.
here's
Sam. That was
my-
really good.
So
I was asking my husband about it last night. I was like, should I do that
I'm
or
glad
is
you
that
did it.
cringe? I go, I guess I'll feel out the vibe.
I
Yeah,
think you've
yeah.
opened the
So-
era of us just the next guest we have in here.
we should have given him a shirt. Gah! We blew it.
Why did we forget to give him
We
a
always
shirt?
we didn't give Piff one.
And he's the right
he
size.
had on a Magic
Damn it.
jersey that they gave him for free. We didn't give him nothing.
Yeah. Oh my
And
God.
then I gave some listener a free shirt
Yeah,
for
yeah.
nothing.
You gave the listener the shirt.
And I
Yeah.
gave Joe Sensabella a muscle belt.
Wait, he did give us Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, he did.
So the autograph.
Yeah.
What would have been your plan if he would have said, "No, I'm not doing that"?
There was a chance that he might have said that
I
because he was
gave him an
low-key.
out. I gave him an out. I go, look, I don't know if this is too much to ask or too weird because you're taking a picture with us too, but would it be possible to get an autograph on my Mr. Robot book? If he would have said no, I'd been like totally
He was
understand.
actually super sweet and receptive. He was like, "Oh,
Now-
this is cool,"
Yeah.
and like,
Now, if he did say no, would you have changed your opinion
Ooh.
No.
on him?
No.
that's a good question.
I would have been like, that was on me.
so you're forgiving of
Yeah.
that. That's good.
Well,
I think that-
because of like it's his again. You feel out the vibe. He
I
was a
think
very laid back dude.
Yeah, I think
he
he's
wanted to
tired
get
today.
home. He was
Yeah,
tired.
he's tired.
He wasn't mean.
No.
You know?
Yeah, but if
no, he's
but,
got a hard job. Who wants to do morning media?
And he's probably starving because he's fasting.
I think that was it, dude. You don't eat almonds.
You're grumpy. Oh.
Nobody chooses to eat almonds. You eat almonds because you have to eat almonds.
Yeah,
You're
for
right.
the protein.
Nobody goes like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
they're
I
for
love
parents.
You know what?
almonds."
I got a hankering
Like,
for
I'll
almonds.
tell you, the best I can do is honey roasted almonds, and they still got sugar. I can't do raw almonds. I put them in my mouth and I
that's
start chewing.
You're like,
I can't do it.
I'm chewing a mummy's bandages.
I start doing. I can't do it. So the best I can do is honey roasted almonds. Is the best I'll ever do.
Here's why
4 grams of net carbs.
my opinion would change of someone if they refuse to give an autograph because
Okay.
it's so easy to do that if you told me no, I would be like, well, you're now.
But not in the moment.
This is a personal attack.
You would not in the moment. You would.
No, I
You'd
just say
stay
silent.
quiet.
But then forever,
Yeah.
I would be like, this guy is a D-head. And
You'd hate him forever.
yes.
Wow.
Well, because like I get it when like
you'd
See if he
180?
see if he politely declined, that's fine. If he was a D-head about it, then I would probably have that attitude, right?
But even politely declining,
We've
I would
only
say,
had-
why did you decline? It's just scribbling your name
No,
real
you
quick.
wouldn't. Not in the
no,
moment.
you wouldn't. But
No,
in his
not in the
mind, he
moment,
would
in
think,
the mind.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Because
And then he would forever have a vendetta against you.
this is
God,
also
I think I know how these vendettas build in your mind now.
this is how much I think about things. So you know when players
This is also why he never asks, right? Because he knows if there's a possibility they say no,
then he has to carry
I'll
that
change
he
my
vendetta.
knows,
life.
he knows he'll hate them for the rest of his life.
It'll change. It'll be. It'll ruin the office for me. It'll ruin
Oh, wow.
everything.
Your
Seriously,
favorite
I could
show.
never watch The Office. I was just looking
Isn't
at it
it-
like he refused to scribble.
Isn't it like you and your wife's favorite show?
Yes.
Like it's the show you
What else?
always
He's
come back to.
drowning.
Yeah, he barked.
So when sports stars walk to the locker room and the fans are leaning over,
Yeah.
screaming, "Please sign my thing," and then they just have to put their head down and walk. I get that because if they stopped to sign one person's thing, they'd be swarmed. And then
Yeah.
inevitably, it almost makes it worse signing one than just putting
Yeah.
your head down and walking.
But asking
that's
for
the
an
time.
autograph is a. Do you think like Maisie has it?
Ah,
She did it with Bijan.
okay.
Like she's got the. Not everybody can do it.
But that's at a practice, and if they're standing there
Okay.
writing everything.
Have you
and then
ever
it's-
asked any like?
I mean,
Never.
you guys did ask him to sign the bathroom wall the last time he was in here. What's the difference?
I feel like that's different.
That's
it's kind of
business.
like.
well, this is his work, right? He worked on the show.
Also, most of
No,
the
I know.
comedians
No.
that
He's
come
not-
here, they have to go in the bathroom to use the restroom. I'm like, hey, while you're in there, yeah.
scribble on the wall.
Yeah.
He's not the type of guy that refuse an autograph.
I don't
like
think
I'm saying,
so.
you know, but
Right,
but
right.
there are people
Yeah.
that will say no.
Yeah.
Now and then, but in this scenario, like I understand in public because you're like, I'll be swarmed if I stop and take a picture or sign anything, and it will make things worse, and that I totally get, right? But if you're in a private scenario and then you're just like slowly walking to your car and someone has the thing open, now maybe if you've been burned because you're signing stuff and they go and resell it online,
There's a lot of those guys.
there's a lot. Then like that, I
in
understand
sports,
too.
at least, in sports.
In sport, because you're just like, no,
Those guys are the worst.
like they'll, people have been re-signing this, or sometimes you're contractually obligated to not give your autograph out because of some sort of corporate thing.
They had a
because,
guy
I don't know.
at the Atlanta training camp. They had a guy that would stand out there and when those autograph like poachers, if you will, would go down there. The guy would like tell them to get the hell away, get out of here, let the kids get the autograph. Like you go
Right,
down there
yeah,
and
yeah.
yell at them. It was pretty good. Like the guys look shamed, and then you'd have like a team of parents. They're like, boo. They're like, boo this man. It was great.
The autograph itself has
I
gone
like
to the wayside.
autograph.
it doesn't. No one asked for
I
it that
kinda like
often
I mean,
anymore.
people were spending hundreds of dollars for it at MegaCon, so that can't be true.
This is
Well,
gonna sound
the
crazy.
picture is taking a more popular route
they
than
give
the autograph.
they give an autograph option though. Autograph
yeah.
only.
I have such a poor. This might be an overshare. I have such a poor opinion of myself that to me, I would rather have an autograph than a picture of myself with the person I admire, because in my mind, I'm ruining the moment.
or I'm gonna look stupid
I'm
next
not
to the
kidding
person.
you. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I have such a poor opinion of like my look, everything, like just opinion of myself, that I'd rather just have the autograph or just a picture of the person. Like, yeah, I was there. I took the picture. Could you please just pose for like? Seriously, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I have photos with celebrities, and all the time I look at me and I'm like, look how. I almost cursed again.
Stop cursing.
Look at how stupid you look. Look at how dumb you look.
You gotta stop that.
Even the pictures here.
Yeah. I hate taking pictures here. That's why I get all nervous.
Oh.
And I start like, if you ever look out there, I'm sure you see it on the lobby camera. If we go to take a picture with a celebrity, I don't know what to do. And I stand like an idiot super straight and I kind of dance my feet like I have to pee.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You'll start seeing it now. And then you'll be like, look
I'm gonna
at
be
this-
like, relax,
yeah,
Dan.
Yeah, look at this.
Smile.
nerd. Yeah.
Someone mentioned that Craig sat in my seat to sign Sam's.
Yeah.
What are you doing? A
book.
limericks? Craig
And
sat in my seat to sign Sam's.
And
Wow.
the Twitch chat room joked that it was a power move. If
His ass was where your ass is right
Yeah,
now.
hot.
I have such little boundaries, especially when it comes to a celebrity who, if I see a celebrity, no matter what they do, anybody, I think they're way better than me. No matter who they are. Kevin Spacey.
Better than me, yeah.
Anybody. Like, if the guy's a monster.
He is a
like
monster.
R. Kelly or whatever. Like,
yeah.
you know, actual monsters that are horrible people, I still think are
Still better than Tom
still,
Van.
Still better.
Still got
because-
the edge.
Just because
You guys heard it here first. R. Kelly better than Tom Van.
just because
Out of his
there's
own mouth.
a celebrity. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I think.
Yeah, yeah, they've done some bad things, but still better than me.
So any celebrity.
that's what I'm talking about. You get it then.
Yeah,
There's
he-
a variation of what I'm saying. I feel what you're saying. Yeah.
I think most people are better than me. Almost everybody. And then but especially celebrities. Seriously.
We are unpacking a lot today.
yeah, this is
Dan can't take a picture because he has such low self-esteem of himself. You think R. Kelly is better than you? I don't.
Yeah.
And Kevin Spacey?
Did you know you?
I'm not
You
saying
literally
it's
said that you think that
irrational.
almost anyone is
Yeah.
better than you. Do you
Yeah.
understand that
Yeah.
I'm working for two
Yeah,
of
two
the
confident powerhouses.
Well, I just
What
mean,
has happened?
I just mean like
we are weak.
I
men.
thought you were the king.
No, the king is not here.
Well, that's the weird thing. I also think I'm the king, which
I
is
can't make
actually
sense of
weird.
any of it.
But not what it, like. So anyway, so if Craig Robinson wanted to do anything, like for instance, if he walked over,
if he
to,
was like, "I'm gonna take a pee on your seat,"
You let him.
like,
Oh,
you'd be
yeah,
like,
I wouldn't-
You'd be like, "What? What? Oh, he's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like-
Oh, can we get a photo, Craig?"
if he just if he walked into our office and then shut the door, right?
and then he whispered into her. He's like, "I'm gonna make you humble, baby."
No, I wasn't in there. As I say,
Oh.
we were outside. He just stormed into the office and slammed the door,
And then just started talking on his phone.
yes, and he started talking on his phone, and then I hear him screaming, and then he starts kicking my desk, kicking all
In
of-
anger.
in anger, and starts kicking all
Ripping
of
up all your
Yeah.
T&D medical paperwork.
Yeah, like I hear him destroying.
Yeah.
Like I would not go in to stop him. I wouldn't say like, "Hey, what are you?" I
think I would.
No, yeah, I know
I think
you
I
would.
might. I
of
think I
course.
might open the door, like, "What the hell?" I jump on his back. I'm on his back. He's swinging me around, smashing me into the drywall.
First, I just freeze. So just be let him
What
get
would
it
you
out.
do, Sam? I'm on Craig Robinson's back. He's smashing me into the drywall.
I just walk out the door.
You know that?
Or I start filming it and put it on my TikTok.
It sucks for little people when you're fighting a bigger person because the only move you have is to run at full speed and jump on their back.
Yeah,
But
become a backpack.
But big people and taller people like Sam, all Sam would need to do if I were on Sam's back is just run backwards into a
Yeah.
wall.
Slam into a wall.
Incapacitated.
You know, I see that all the
Instantly.
time in UFC when people get on their back. I'm like, just fall on your back and
Oh,
smash them
smash
good.
'em good.
Yeah.
Yeah, knock the air out of them,
Oh,
right?
man.
But then they got you get a rear choke or whatever
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the floor.
No,
not-
but once you knock the wind out of them, you get up.
Yeah, I'm not
Everybody
very
knows
strong.
that.
I'm very much like Toad from Super Mario. It's like speed's my thing.
All right, we will see you
Tomorrow.
Yeah, don't know where we're at. Nice.
That's funny.
That was really funny. That goes in.
Thursday, too?
Thank you. And then Aiden. And a Abaddon.
We still got a long time before we're talking to Aiden.
Let's just do Friday show. At least let's do let's do Friday 1.
Yeah. Did
And
you
let's
want
just
to
do
save?
voicemails?
We can just do that. And you wanted to talk about the other thing because I thought you thought I was going to go there, but I wasn't. You want to save that for tomorrow? Right?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
save it
great.
for tomorrow's
Great,
show.
great. That's why I didn't mention it. Good.
Pee real
I
quick.
can't believe that this. It's funny when I sleep good and I'm not drunk all the time. I remember things.
God, it's so early. We have so much time.
Robert says, "Oh my God, a T&D Dan-shaped backpack would be amazing." That's actually fucking funny.
You remember that song with Yoda where he's like, I could be a backpack?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Now actually made, Disney actually has made Yoda backpacks.
Oh,
Where
that's
he's,
smart.
like hanging on your back.
That's smart. They had a monkey one back. Like I remember that was super popular back in the day that people would.
Oh
have.
yeah.
Norm wants custom bobbleheads. Look, guys, we're gonna be a long way from any of that. Y'all need to up your love meters if you want us to do that.
I'll just tell Twitch. But when Craig was saying like Ozempic was $1,000, and then he's like, nah. I'm just like, whoa. And then immediately I was like, trying to do the math about it. Like with all the shows of like this guy is. I mean, what is his net worth?
But I always think the
20 million?
I always think the Gilbert factor, and I always think of my wife, and that's not a knock. But there are some things that Andrea does that I'm like, you don't need to do that.
But I assumed $1,000 to him would be nothing. It would be like $100 to me,
Might
or
depend on
$10 to me.
I know he was raised in a really what's funny is that, and I didn't want to bring this up, but I think he lost his mom, who was a church organist, at the same time I lost my mom, as a church organist, right around the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he had mentioned that in another interview. He was talking about how instrumental she was, and that he thinks all of his comedy came from her, and like he tries to be a good person like her. It was good to talk about, but I'm not surprised it didn't come up. We could do a full. We know people that have the capability to do a full body scan. It would be cool to do full body, like action figures of us. We need to get new photos made.
6 million. That's what Celebrity Net Worth says.
Not as much as I think. You know, you would think supporting roles don't pay as much, though.
Yeah, yeah.
And this show, I mean, I really mean it. I think it got done dirty because of the pandemic. Because it's really good, and it should have been like his Danny McBride.
I don't feel like
breakout.
I don't feel like it got a lot of promotion, and then the fucking strike happened.
Yeah, I think it got. I
So
think
it's just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, and if I were him, I'd be bitter about it because it's good. You know, like I'd be mad because it's like. It's just as good to me as any. I like adventure comedy, so I think it's the type of stuff I like. But anyway,
We have a direction here.
we're gonna do voicemail.
Okay. And it's Friday 1 or 2?
Let's just do Friday 1, I guess.
Let's do
Okay.
email voicemails if you don't mind. Let's
Okay.
go back and forth because I've checked these. I need to go through Ring Central today and get the ones from the hard line. Give me 1 second. The BDM Pizza Party shareholders are requesting a meeting at some point.
All right.
Yeah, we need to have another. That was fun. We need to do that again. All right. Would you like to bring us back? Or start us? It's Friday 1?
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
The Melrose Center is doing their 10-year anniversary this Saturday. It's free to attend. It's a big open house for the Melrose Center. That's at the Orange County Library downtown.
Yeah, for all of you parents that have ever said to me via email, hey, my kid wants to do a podcast, go there.
Or anything. They want to be a musician. They want to be a video editor.
They work in production.
Yeah, before you buy all the gear that you're not going to use and you're going to sell it later, don't do that.
And they'll teach them how to use it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Go to the library.
Free.
And
well, with a library card.
Yeah, you get a library card. Even if you're not an Orange County, if you don't
Resident,
live in incorporated Orange County, you can pay a little extra and still get all the benefits, and it's definitely worth it. But don't make the mistake of going
and it's not a lot
to Amazon and spending thousands of dollars. Just don't do that.
They built separate podcast studios at the Melrose Center. You can go in there. It has GarageBand, Logic,
Final Cut.
Yeah, all the editing,
Adobe editing suites,
the mics in a soundproof room.
SM7Bs. I mean, you're using the top grade.
You do not need to buy any equipment. No. You can go record your podcast there.
Yeah.
With the price of a library card, and then you have the top-notch equipment.
And if you're a musician and you want to record your songs, like let's say you're a singer-songwriter and you have a guitar and that's all you got, you can go there and they, through using your library card, they will set you up with a technician, an engineer, microphones, and you can record your music in a full-blown studio, and you don't have to,
they'll teach you how to record your own music.
What an amazing resource
to have.
Crazy. So go there and absolutely check it out. We love those guys.
Also, Tom and Dan Cruise 2024, we're going on a cruise this September. If you want to go with us, the drink package is included for 2. The inside cabin started at around $1,000. That's free drinks the entire time, including sodas and free Wi-Fi if you book through us, and we'll give you a gift. And we got private events the whole cruise. Plus, it's the MSC Seashore ship, which is gigantic.
Your S's in alliteration lately have been magnifique. Like seriously, you doing something different? You on that ginkgo biloba? What are you doing?
It may have to do with, not drinking for
Yeah.
more than
Have you noticed that?
No.
Did you notice?
Apparently-
he's just ripping through his ads. The
You can get a little better if
If you're not hungover all the
That's
time.
weird. That's odd.
emails and voicemails, the written word, your voicemails. Let's start with this one. Let's ease into something a little light.
Hey guys, what's up? So since you brought up the pigeon lady from Home Alone, I always love to drop this, but Google pigeon lady looks like Pierce Morgan.
Yeah, that's been around for a while.
It looks exactly.
It's laugh out loud funny too. Like it's so good. I'm not even gonna pull it up to show you. I'm just gonna let everybody just Google it. It'll give you a little smile on you. If you're having a bad day, you can Google pigeon lady Pierce Morgan, and she does. I mean, there is a specific, and I'm sure you could look this up. I don't want to get into trouble for saying this, but there is a specific British look that some people have. Just as Rob Dyrdek, no matter how much money he has, he will always look like he has meth in his pocket. No matter what.
Yeah.
He has the meth
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Whatever Monster Energy flat brim you want to wear.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's still
Doesn't
like,
matter. You
meth.
can wear designer clothes. I don't care how many Ferraris you have. You have a specific methy look.
Yeah, yeah.
Just as Pierce Morgan has a specific British pigeon woman look. There are just some looks we can't escape. Just like me, 5'2". I say 5'2" for life. Not true. Gonna end up around somewhere around 4'11". It's just the way it works, right?
It is unfortunate when, if you are Pierce Morgan, for people on the internet to,
Is
come
he
out with
aware
a
of
million
this?
memes about
Is he aware of this?
that
He's
you,
got
that you look like
The
How
meme's
does
been
it-
around
how does
for
it make
years.
him
an
feel?
old woman.
How would it make you feel if you went? Okay, you're getting up. You're
She,
going.
probably, she wasn't even that old in that
No,
movie.
no, she's
They
like-
made her look
yeah.
like she was old, but
Well, also in the 90s, what was that, like 99 or something? Or she was probably like 31 years old.
yeah.
Like I'm
Well, it's like the
47. I honestly look like, in 1980, I look like any 28-year-old. Like if you look at people, they look so much older. But what would you do? You wake up, you go to the kitchen, you see Tommy and Max, you're cooking them an egg sandwich, you're getting your smoothie ready. You pull up your phone, and there's a photo of you, and this has happened to you. People have said you look like, when you wear sunglasses, did they say you look like a lesbian?
yeah.
Oh.
I like.
You don't do that anymore because you fix your hair. That's what did. You have a really nice men's haircut now. You used to have the muffalata, which lent itself, I feel like, a little to androgyny.
I may be weird in the fact that I'm wired to. I enjoy when people are laughing at me. Because I just think that they're as long as they're laughing, that I've
There's
brought.
some truth to that.
I've brought them some sort of laughter.
Even if it's at your own
Yeah,
expense.
Yeah.
Even if
But
you're
there's no
taking-
expense.
like you're
I,
taking your last breath.
I don't think you know what that term means.
So
Yeah,
even
like,
knowing,
I
if you
don't
were taking
care.
your last breath and dying, and if you heard people laughing as you're taking your last breath, you'd die a happy man.
Yeah. Even if they're laughing at me,
Dying.
it
wouldn't matter.
as long as they're laughing. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it as an offense or like.
I like that.
I
I can't do that.
if they were criticizing me,
I take offense to compliments.
no, I know.
You
yeah.
tell me something good, I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
So
So
that didn't happen.
although if like I feel like Pierce Morgan has gone towards more serious, right? Side.
He's pretty
A
gossipy.
little trolly, maybe.
Uh,
Like serious with a side of troll where he likes to get under people's skin. And
Yeah.
like he's still one of those guys, I think, that likes to say something that he knows are going to, ruffle people.
Well, but by serious, I mean like Jimmy Kimmel always skews towards comedy. I feel like
yeah, he
for the
doesn't
most
present
part.
it as comedy, correct?
No,
Yeah.
no,
And then
yeah.
Pierce Morgan,
Pundit
maybe.
news.
Yeah. So
Sport.
then he's like, you look like an old bird lady. And that stings a little more than if
Yeah.
he was a comedian. I feel maybe comedians can take it.
I feel, you should be able to,
By the way, this whole voicemail is like that meme's been around for a long time where they have them side by side.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of another meme I saw the other day where they were saying how in All in the Family, like they were in their 40s. They were supposed to be representing that they were in their 40s. Like Edith was supposed to be like 43 and Archie was like 45. And I'm like, they looked like they were a lot older,
In their
right?
60s.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
They look like a typical 60s. That's what I'm saying. Like people in the 60s, 70s,
Everyone
and
looked older.
80s. I feel like everyone looked older.
I think it's like because they do this with the show Cheers, where there's the meme where it
Right,
shows
it's the same
everybody's
thing, yeah.
it shows everybody's age, and it's
Yeah.
like Norm was
Was
like,
only 28 or whatever the hell it
he
was,
was like
right?
in his
You're like,
early
what?
40s, he's my age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but I
Yeah.
think that the psychology of that is because of when we viewed it, and then we just assumed that they were always way
I don't know,
older.
because I'll look back at like pictures of my parents when they were like teenagers, and they look old.
It's also the style and
Right.
fashion they
The
wear.
hair, the fashion.
I mean, you
It's
could
all
make
dated,
an
it's all
argument that
dated.
what I'm wearing today is way too young for what my
Your
age
chef
is.
pants?
Yeah, my chef pants.
Yeah, let's
Oh.
talk about your chef
Yeah,
pants.
I've got on chef pants. I've
Yeah,
got on a pair of fresh
Yeah,
white
yeah.
Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
I've got an V-neck T-shirt.
I'm embarrassed.
When Craig walked in, we were like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Now, see, but Craig,
I
I
went
feel like
urban for the black guy.
he's used to the Hollywood type of, like everybody
Dressing too young.
dressing too
Yeah.
young, dressing
Trying to be
Am I
cool.
Yeah,
dressing
yeah.
too young? I'm not
Yeah,
trying to be cool. These are my favorite. I like my Atlanta Braves chef pants.
Well, the chef pants, you could also be a chef, which is not
These are
young.
not
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
go for the lunch shift
These
after
are
Craig
not.
leaves.
No, these are not chef pants. They just get
Yeah.
incorrectly labeled chef pants.
Well, the material, they're
like joggers. They're
yeah,
regular
yeah.
joggers
Yeah, yeah.
material. They just have like a novelty.
baggy Zubaz
No,
style.
they're not
you know?
baggy Zubaz,
No, just,
mother-
no, you know, they're just
Everybody wants to see my pants now. Here, I'll put
just
them on the
get some
camera.
traditional slacks.
I'll put them on the
Slacks?
camera. Here, I'll come out on the camera.
just wear.
I mean, they got the vertical stripes.
yeah. Just kind of,
It's very chefy.
you.
They're like Atlanta Braves joggers.
You look like one of your daughter's dolls.
God damn.
You can't wear. You have
Those are
to
expensive ass dolls.
get some khaki pants and then
They're not chef pants.
Wear
I'm
a
not
collared
wearing-
shirt.
You wear khaki pants. What do you wear today? Did you wear shorts?
He's got
Yeah, I
on his
got
dirty.
You have on flip flops.
his
and we have a
dirty
guest.
olive
Oh,
Greenos.
this guy, you picked the wrong day to come at me, bro.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
you
get-
don't have your business
Yeah,
shoes
you've
on.
got on
That's all.
sandals.
That's for business meetings.
Don't you work out today?
Yeah.
Oh, but you take your shoes off.
Well, I wait.
God, the chat room is going heavy on the chef pants. They're like real chefy, Dan.
Yeah.
I don't think they're chefy.
Well, look at our audience and what they're wearing.
Well, half of them are chefs.
They would know, so
Well,
I think
yeah,
they
Mike
are.
B's
Maybe
wearing
they
chef
are
pants.
chef pants.
Yeah.
What if they are?
Well,
I
then
don't-
you have to go hang out with the chefs.
I like the
Mike
chefs.
B's right around the corner.
I like the chefs. They just stink like smoke.
I-
Not Mike B. I don't know if he smokes anymore, but most of my chef friends smoke cigarettes.
Okay, let's talk about
Get
the
more
chef
breaks that
pants.
Are you gonna try to hurt my feelings? I love these pants.
No, I just feel like chefs should wear.
I'm not a chef.
No, I know, but the chefs that wear the chef pants. And
Yeah.
Wear chef shorts, right?
Am
Isn't
I-
it hot back
Am
there?
I supposed to wear underwear under these chef pants?
No.
'Cause I do not
You
have
let it
on.
fly.
I don't have underwear on. And here's another thing I do to make them look more relaxed. I don't cinch the waist. So if anybody came up and pantsed me, it's ding dong out every time.
You have no underwear?
No, I don't think chefs wear underwear with their chef pants.
Nah, too restrictive.
Yeah, call in.
Well,
Call
Too
in.
hot back there.
Yeah, call in. It's too hot there. You need just sweat right down the leg,
Yeah, but
right into your socks.
Yeah, but in other industries, for instance, the yard guy, you could
Jeans.
Yeah, they're wearing.
Dry
No,
fit.
they
Yeah,
wear
yeah.
cargo shorts and boots.
No, some they're wearing jeans. They're full covering. Like if you
Well,
see
Javier out here,
Yeah.
he wears a bacala. Like he looks like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
ninja.
Yeah, you're wearing the.
You don't want the stuff to hit you in the face. Yeah.
Protect yourself from the sun.
Yeah, you're wearing the
A
full,
neck gaiter.
the full gaiter with
Yeah.
the full long sleeve is because the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like
I refuse to call it a gator. It's a buff.
so they're not
Scarf.
wearing tiny shorts because it's hot outside.
That's what I do when I mow the lawn.
Yeah,
Trav's
yeah.
in full denim regalia. I'm over here in short shorts and a tank top.
Maybe you should try chef pants with no underwear.
Too hot.
Try chef pants, no underwear.
But
Do girls wear chef pants? I've never seen a
Women
girl.
chef?
I've never seen a female chef wear chef pants.
Yeah, because they're not slobs. I'm sorry.
mother.
I'm sorry, chefs.
How dare you?
They have some,
I'm sticking up for you,
they
chef.
have some respect
I'm sticking
for
up for
themselves.
you. I'm getting my
Wha-
friend Jason Campbell
wear
from
some
Primrose
work
Lane.
pants.
No.
Dickies.
I'm pro
Dickies.
chef
Black
pants.
thick.
These are
Yeah.
not chef
You're got grease.
These are not chef
When I was a
pants.
sandwich artist, I wore black, thick Dickies.
Yeah.
Long,
Yeah,
thick.
Yeah. And then you wear
When you get put your mustard on it. It's hard to get out because in the grooves of the dickies.
It gets
In the
down
grooves.
in the
Yeah, there's
stitching.
fire everywhere. There's grease spilling around. Why do you have loose-fitting sweatpants on? You shouldn't
Easy
be
to
this
move in.
comfortable.
Sweatpants got my arugula
Easy to
salad.
move in. You got to drop down and get a pan out from the bottom.
Also, when the customers request to talk to you, don't
come out
don't you want to go
clogs
out?
and chef pants.
Your chef pants
so
Oh my God, I
wisping
wear-
together through the wind.
I just realized I wear Crocs and chef pants.
You are a chef?
I'm a chef. I didn't know.
Chef Boyardee.
Get to cooking.
You're Chef Boyardee. Double D. Chef Boyard double D.
You should be cooking bacon every morning. Every morning. You should cook us.
You're a Waffle House chef.
I got chef pants. And I wear Crocs.
And a big grand slam every morning. They're like, oh, diarrhea.
I have diarrhea, but that's another thing you and I are using a specific.
Why
thing.
do I have so much diarrhea?
Tom and I are drinking these smoothies every
It's the
morning.
muscle milk and
No,
smoothies.
no, we drink
What's
these.
wrong with
You
it?
and I drink a specific type of
I have
smoothie.
more
You still
diarrhea.
have diarrhea after stopping drinking?
Oh, yeah.
That's a
diarrhea.
You should go get that checked.
Every morning I have
No,
my
no.
smoothie, and about 20 minutes later,
Yeah.
it's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
You know, anyway.
Yeah, okay.
You should go get that test
It
taken
is
about
easier
what,
with chef pants.
you can digest.
What if we did Tom and Dan chef pants? Right? Right?
The
I've
size
been
is-
asking for sweatpants for a while. Gray sweatpants.
These are joggers. They have the tight cuff on
Yeah.
the bottom, you know? And I
Yeah.
did pair these with some white Air Force Ones, so I guess I do look a little more, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're really, I'll be looking at my wardrobe later today, really thinking about my life today.
Yeah, that's
Do
what
some
I want.
Self-reflection. This is my bandana moment.
All right,
or headband.
Eric, get on the chef pant
Yeah.
merch.
Tom and Dan chef pants.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, what do we got for
You got an email?
I do. This says you guys were talking about ... Hey T&D and Sam, you guys were talking about whether or not if talking to someone online other than your spouse is okay. I have a quick story about this. So my wife and I almost split up over MySpace. I was working out of town and on MySpace back then creating my page, and I get a message from a girl I took to prom. At this point, I hadn't spoken to her in 8 years, so I thought I'd say hello, ask her how her life was going, and to let her know I was about to get married and I had a couple of kids and my life was going good. My wife is very jealous, so I thought maybe we should talk on my work page I was creating, so there would be no drama. Then I get a call, and it's my wife. She's crying and screaming. It was her the whole time. She was pretending to be her.
Holy smokes!
Sadness.
I didn't expect this.
I like crying and screaming.
Sadness ensured she thought I was cheating on her because I said I don't message my personal page, so go to my work page. So now we share all of our social media together, LOL. What do you think?
Well,
So they have a shared account.
yeah, I know plenty of people that have shared accounts.
Yeah.
Because they did something, somebody did something that made the other person uneasy, right?
You're both in this scenario. I feel like you're both kind of in the wrong, right?
Yeah, so
because
she-
she's trying to trick you because
Yeah,
she already
yeah.
doesn't trust you. You haven't got married yet. It sounds like so. Before you get married, she's trying to basically entrap you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you're also kind of being weird about hey, don't message me on my personal profile. Message me on my work profile. That's a little sketch.
Here's the problem.
It does sound like there's a bit of a yeah. Well said.
I know a little bit about this because
Do you now?
I live with a jealous person. All right. So,
I saw a meme.
Does she go through your messages?
oh yeah.
I thought of you this morning. I saw the first thing on Reddit was like a meme, and it was a lady saying, "Hey," telling her husband as he was leaving, "Hey, don't forget to turn on your
GPS?
Your
tracking.
your tracking on your phone
What?
because I like to see where you're at. It makes me feel more connected."
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
the guy
yeah.
was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, some people. I'm not weirded out by any
No,
of
you're
that
not.
because it just doesn't matter. But what happens, the psychology behind living with a extremely jealous person who's always suspicious, no matter what, no
I
matter how
used
many
to-
years.
I
of,
used to be a lot more suspicious and jealous. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, is that you live your life thinking that even things that are not nefarious could be interpreted as nefarious. So you're then
You're kind of looking for it.
and
You're
th-
anticipating it.
and then you start trying to hide stuff that's not nefarious, But then by
But
hiding
then it
it,
looks
then
nefarious
looks
because you're hiding
yeah,
it.
yeah. Then you're like, why are you hiding it? You're like,
Right.
because I just didn't want you to go crazy.
like you're doing now.
Yeah. Well, I already know that this is a problem, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to insulate you from something I'm already assuming is going to be a problem.
yeah. But it's
where
not
what
even
I
a
should
thing.
do is just let it alone and just let you spin out of control.
No, but then you're trying to not have that happen.
But it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, it's like what Sam's
It's the
saying.
whole I'm 5 minutes away and you're like a half hour away. And you don't want to tell your wife because you don't want to make her mad in that moment, but she's going to get mad because you're going to show up late.
Great example.
Yeah.
Are you charging for this?
Yes.
Like for instance,
It would help, I think.
like let's just say, and I'm sorry to keep using Sam as a example.
Is this
or
where
as
you're
a-
going to hump her grave
Is this my
again?
grave again?
Yeah. Yesterday you said you were going to impregnate her grave.
Let's just
But
say,
if nobody found out, it's fine.
Well, that I agree with.
Well, let's just say like Sam, like my birthday's next week, right? So Sam comes in and then out of like
I'm gonna seduce you for your birthday.
No,
Pop
no,
out-
no,
would you
not
pop out of a
seduce it.
cake?
no,
I
nothing.
walk in my chef pants.
Hey.
like everything is like you're
I'll get here
normal
early that
Sam.
day.
You're not
Help
seducing
you
me.
set up the balloons.
But you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do something nice for Tom Van, and I'm
I'm
gonna
going to photocopy my ass.
and, I'm going to.
What an old school.
I know. That's what I said.
I'm gonna buy him the new one wheel he's always wanted.
I've
right?
been wanting to do that for every birthday since your 40th, and your wife tells me no.
So then
And I'm going to use Company Buddy.
you buy me a one wheel or some sort of thoughtful gift, right? But one wheel might
Yes,
be crazy.
I'm gonna buy Mr. Tom Van a birthday present. Who's never bought me a birthday present?
know
what?
But I'm gonna buy him a one wheel.
This
I'm not
I-
just gonna buy him a card that says happy birthday. I'm gonna go full out, buy him a better present than my own husband, and get him a one wheel.
You know what I would buy you? I would buy you a swim cap that says Drunky69 on it.
Yes.
And I'm going to do that.
Do it.
Somebody buy him a custom swim cap that says Drunky69.
So this is why it's a hypothetical. It
Right,
never
right,
happened.
right,
But let's say it did happen.
Okay.
Or let's the one wheel may be so
It's
crazy.
a little much.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
just say
expensive.
let's just say you get me a card and
With
then,
a Cheesecake Factory gift certificate inside.
or like a Planet Smoothie or wherever you get your smoothies.
yeah, but
or something.
that's fine.
something
but,
that's personal
but-
because I'm a good gift giver.
But I'm talking, then you write me a nice note. And then
Oh.
you say, you know what? Thank you for all that you've done.
For
me."
believing in me.
For
Right,
believing-
right, right.
And you know what?
You were paramount to hiring
You've made me who I am.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be anything in this town without you.
When you sat down and talked to me that night at
my
Mellow
show would be
Mushroom,
nothing without you.
Yeah, you have to add
Yeah,
that. You
yeah.
have to
Yeah.
add that the only reason
That's what
hers
they tell
is
me on Reddit,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what we've been told.
But
So
then-
you have
but-
to pass that on, trickle down.
But then
Yeah.
you mention, you're like, I notice you've been not very happy lately, and I hope this brings a smile to your face. Like, so you
Yes.
mentioned something about my personal life, right?
Right,
There. So then you give me that card. It's very nice, but it's a friendly card.
Very
it's nothing
nice.
weird. It's whatever. But the card's a little too nice. See, I'm like,
There's niceties in
the
it.
car's
Yeah,
too nice.
yeah.
See? I know what you're doing.
and then so I would look at that card and I'd be like, well, you said too many nice things. And then if
I
Crystal
would just
ever
assume she was high.
if Crystal ever saw this in my trunk or whatever, like she would read into it and be like, why did Sam write you a nice card? Is she in love with you?
I know she hates you.
yeah. What is this? And like, are you and Sam cheating?
Fooling around.
I want everyone to hate you.
So then,
Is that why you stay at work late?
so then, instead of like a normal person would just throw that card in their truck and who cares who sees it, I would rip it up at 7-Eleven
Yeah.
and stuff it in the garbage.
And then here I am walking up to 7-Eleven.
But because you
Yeah.
ripped it up, you left one piece of
Oh,
ripped paper in the truck that
yes.
only says Samantha's name.
With a heart next
yeah,
to
it just says "Love Samantha" is
Yeah.
the only one in
See-
there, and oh man.
So then now me ripping up the card is more suspicious.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then if
you
Chris,
should have eaten the card.
so
Yes. You gotta eat it.
You gotta eat the card.
You gotta eat
There's
it.
no way out.
No way out.
There's no way out.
And then it comes out the diarrhea.
Then she finds I was
Bingo,
looking,
bango, bongo.
I was in the backyard
Yeah.
looking through what appeared to be a human-sized feces, and I found a card you ate.
So that's the problem.
Or you don't flush like your boys and you just leave it in the toilet.
That's the paradox we all live with.
No,
when-
it's not. We all don't live that way.
Well, I'm saying I'm saying we all, me, or
That
anybody
live with
else,
jealous spouses.
that lives with
I'll
jealous
never have
spouses.
this problem because there's not even a speck of dust inside my car. Have you seen my?
Well, you don't live with a jealous, like you're the jealous spouse.
No. Not anymore, really. But yes, I was.
But
yes,
the,
correct.
But the problem is, Andrea that can
she
never
took
be
my
seduced.
right. She took my jealousy away.
Can't she be
because,
seduced?
No, because I put her under an evil
Who's
spell.
her Who's her number one like
There is none.
celebrity crush?
Me. I have put her under an evil spell.
What if someone?
I'm the top tier.
Hold on.
What's
remember,
below you then?
There's nothing below me. I am her everything.
Wow.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Remember.
I complete her.
What about when she went on that work retreat?
All right.
Remember? So-
No.
so
Oh, the one where she cheated on
she
me.
went on like ATV riding.
So
or
you,
whatever
yeah, the 18. She went on the side by
no,
side.
those are all nerds.
Oh yeah, and she was driving all the men around. They probably thought that was
'Cause
hot.
those guys
right?
are all a bunch of,
Yeah, but they can't all be nerds. What if one?
No,
what
they're
if-
all nerds.
Like sometimes guys that are like
But
real.
she's a nerd. Maybe she thinks that being a nerd's
Oh,
hot.
No,
yeah.
it doesn't work like that.
What if there's some guy that's like also super organized? That's not, you know
Yeah.
that all like.
I don't think she gravitates to that. I think she gravitates to things she can fix. And I am
Oh,
horrible.
yeah. Well, no
Yeah.
one can be fixed more than you.
I know. Right.
All right.
Now you're picking
He's
it
the
out.
unfixable.
You're getting it now. You got to be
Instead of
so-
unbreakable, he's unfixable.
You have to be so flawed that a person that has it all together looks at you like a lifelong pet project.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I am
You-
a
well, you-
fixer-upper, man.
God,
Like,
yeah, you're the most flawed
I'm
person
the-
I know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So she can never
Yeah.
be seduced by some other person more flawed
I'm
than you.
so flawed that as soon as I get a flaw fixed, I create 5 new ones. That's how flawed I am. It's like fix 1, 5 new ones that like weird ones. Like weird, like I roll with the times. I get different ones, different anxieties, different depressions, different layers.
Do you ever get jealous of Travis, Sam? Like, if anybody, like anything could happen. Like,
You know what's interesting is over the years, for some reason, more men hit on my husband than the women do. I don't know if it's the women are scared to do it in front of me, but men have no problem hitting on my husband in front of me. Which I don't
Yeah.
really get jealous of because I know my husband's not gay, but
No, but
It
gay
is
men,
odd.
Gay men will be a little more outspoken, maybe. That's a
no, it's not
stereotype.
even gay men.
Just regular men.
Just men in general.
Just hitting on
Talk
your-
about how hot my husband is.
it's his ass. I
He
figured
does
it
have a
out.
chunky ass.
He does have a
Yeah.
good ass.
And I
Yeah.
think gay men are
It's-
more
And he wears,
attracted to
he don't wear chef pants. He wears
No.
pants that hug that thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I
That's
made
what
the
it
wrong
is.
decision.
But what about you? Do you ever get jealous of gay men hitting on your husband?
Not gay
Not
men,
really.
just regular men.
Oh,
No.
Just that it's all across the board.
What kind of? I mean,
No, but one lady I did get mad at a previous job. Before he left, they kind of had like a going away type thing for him. And he said he would went up because they had like things in the lunch. You know how it is, like a pizza party, and then you get some cookies or whatever.
Yeah.
And he went to grab some food, and the lady behind him said, "Oh wow, Travis, you brought the whole bakery today
Inappropriate.
at the job."
I had to think about it. That's inappropriate.
It's very inappropriate.
It's like it'd be like
that was his last day at that job.
It would be like
The lady said he brought the whole bakery.
I mean, we've said a lot of things in here, but it would be weird if we were over at Publix getting something to eat, and I was like, "Yeah, look at Sam's big ones."
right.
Right? That would be weird.
Yeah, you can't-
that
yeah,
would be.
yeah.
You can't.
yeah.
You really.
I wonder if it's because it was the last day.
It's like, yeah, F you, I get away with
She's
it.
like, I can finally talk about his ass.
Okay, I kind of like it if it's that.
Yeah.
If it was like it's your last
And it's
day.
not like I got jealous. I was just like, I was kind of like that. Like, God damn, that's inappropriate.
That is
Like, you got
inappropriate.
sexually harassed
Yeah,
at work.
That is inappropriate. But
And it's not like this job where we make jokes and, this
Right.
is a corporate job.
although
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
say
yeah.
it's not fair to say this, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but if somebody does say something, like if somebody was like, if I were walking around here and somebody said, "Hey, nice chef pants, nice bulge," I'd be like, I'm not going to be like anti that. You know what I mean? I'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, yeah, like I like compliments, so thank you.
Wait a minute. 2 segments ago, you said you hated compliments. And that's why we started making fun of your chef pants. Now I don't know what to do.
You guys hate my chef pants. I thought that the stripes.
You
would
said
make
you hated compliments, so we started making fun of you.
I thought my stripes would make me look taller.
Oh, is that what?
Nothing can make me look taller.
You got to wear the DeSantis bins.
I want them. I want them so bad you can't buy them. It's top
You got to get
secret.
them custom made.
That's what his are. They're top secret.
Let me see if you guys agree with this because
Probably.
I'll load up a voicemail just in
yeah,
case.
yeah.
If he goes crazy, I'll get a voicemail
I got an
ready.
email too
I was talking to Crystal last night and she was bringing up something
from years ago where she, you
I'm
know
not even
what? She
joking.
was getting reminiscent because she shared that photo
Dude, we
of
well,
you
this is
and
what-
like
this is why-
30 dudes.
always know when you're getting a lashing because it's the like you can see.
Do you get jealous
a
at all
picture
time?
of the friends?
Because she was like, I want to remake this photo, and it's literally just her and like 30 dudes, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, we can remake that already.
that's how it's always been though. She's always
Yeah,
been the
she's-
one girl
Yeah,
with
hanging with
all
the
the
dudes.
dudes. But
Okay.
and I also I don't even understand jealousy. I don't have it,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Oh my God, you're a manatee.
Yeah.
They don't have hostility. They don't have a concept
He's
of
got
that.
a little hostility though.
Yeah. I'll get hostile. But the jealous,
Don't you wait and see.
it's just illogical to me.
Not an emotion that you.
Yeah, because it's like
Waste.
Although I've never had it actually happen, so I could imagine if Crystal like actually fell in love with someone else.
Yeah. Well, that's because what you're talking about is real.
Yeah, and
it's
then-
not irrational.
But so the chat does bring up a good point. You don't like her calling other men sir. That's a bit jealousy.
That is something. Yeah.
I've always thought that was really weird. I mean, that's like one of those things you like.
Yeah.
I feel like that if you were profiling a serial killer and they're like, just remember the number
an
one
odd
thing
thing.
is that he doesn't like women to call other men sir, and I'd be like, okay.
That's like an old school.
That's like something my dad would
sexist-
agree
yeah,
with.
Yeah.
My
Like,
dad'd be like, Tom Van got that one right.
like I don't want her to respect any other
Yeah,
man
she's
but
my
me.
property.
Even though she doesn't respect me at all, which is not weird.
You need some chef pants.
Anyway, what the hell was my point? I
You were
forgot.
talking to her last night.
Yeah, talking
Oh.
to Crystal last night, and she was bringing up something you said that
It was because of that picture.
Yeah.
The she posted a picture
no
of,
more old pictures.
of all of us in front of my garage. I remember that was like when I graduated high school. I had like a barbecue and then like
Nice.
like a party or whatever. And so that's all like the Wizard, all Miami friends. So she was bringing up again. So she's like, "I remember that girl that came out or something, whatever it is."
Well, how many different girls have you cheated on your wife with?
I don't know. There's just
I thought there was
There's
only
girls-
one.
I
and it
thought
wasn't
she didn't
even-
hang out with girls.
Yeah, and I thought it wasn't
No.
even real. The
But
frog
we'd
pajama pant thing is fake, guys. That's not fake, but like nothing happened.
It's exaggerated.
Yeah, it's exaggerated.
Nah.
Hey!
No, I'm saying
Top.
Ribbit.
No.
You got the old ribbit dibbit.
Yeah,
No.
man, frogging it good.
I'm just saying-
Toad.
My point being, I was like, can we make a deal that once our sons reach the age of how old I was at the time, that you cannot be mad at me for anything that happened
Well,
if I'm
I mean,
the
she
same
should
age
not
as
be
my
mad at
sons.
you now because it's
You're making a very
absurd.
nice deal.
No,
You're gonna suffer for a few
10 more
right.
years.
not even dude. It's like 6 more years, 7
Right,
more years,
right.
All right, 7 more years.
like 7 more years.
But
Tommy.
why suffer that long? She
Sorry.
needs to get over that, dude. That is absurd.
Well, that's what I said that saying like at the point where when Tommy's 16,
You'll see how
and then
immature and
you'll see
you're a
it, like,
kid.
you'll see Tommy at 16. You realize like,
This
oh,
kid's an idiot.
I'm getting mad at my husband for
When he was a child.
for making some decision that.
Wait.
yeah,
What
yeah.
decision did you make?
I want to know what he
Rabbit.
did. I think this guy was low key eating it all.
And
if
then-
you know what I mean.
And she said,
Yeah.
I will always be mad, never not mad. Till you die. And then
Did she say it like that? Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
scary.
I'm like, oh, my
he
God,
sounded like
die.
Maleficent.
She's like, it's just like the traffic points. Like you got
Oh, wow.
no other chance. Die. And then I was like, well, I knew
Did
that.
it make you feel better to get her true answer, though?
No, I knew the answer.
Oh.
It was, no, because craziness lasts
Which
forever.
is absurd because she's the
That's the
one that
slogan.
she's the one that actually has been with other people before you.
Yeah, but she's like, you don't get jealous, you don't care.
Right.
And then and this is how I am, and this
Yeah.
is not how you are. And then I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, but my
damn it.
point is like something actually happened with her and someone else. Nothing of significance, we'll say,
I mean,
right? Because you lost your virginity to your wife.
That's not how jealousy works. Jealousy
Yeah, it's
is
irrational.
irrational.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like me, like
I can understand what she's
it's like
saying.
me explaining why Daniel shouldn't be afraid of flying at
Yeah,
any point in
doesn't
time.
make any sense.
Like it's like it doesn't matter what the.
But this much time has
rational-
happened, and you, as far as we know, you haven't cheated on her.
I can
You
understand.
have 2 children with her.
I
My
know,
God,
but I can understand Crystal.
This is not healthy.
No, it's not that she thinks he's going to do it again. It's just that thing still bothers her. Like, I get it. Like, even thinking right now about Andrea even dating other people, like when we first got together, like I have a tinge of that because I
Yeah,
think back to it and I'm
dude,
like,
but-
I don't like thinking about it.
There's things
weird.
that still
Just
bother.
don't think about it.
Daniel. That's what I say.
What do you mean? It was 30 years ago. Don't think about it.
Yeah,
but that's an emotional person. Can't stop thinking
stop,
about
won't
it.
stop.
Yeah. And it's like it is still. This still
Still
causes
real to
to
me, man.
be angry no matter what. And I'm like, no matter what.
Guys are crazy.
No amount of time decays ever. You seen the Grand Canyon?
It does help.
You know what I'm saying?
It does help. I'm a little older than your wife. I think give it maybe 2 or 3 more years
Yeah,
when
yeah.
she's coming in closer to my age. Because I think it does help.
And I think she's exaggerating. I think she's doesn't get as mad, and I've worn her down over the years.
It is fun to make
And
her
then
dance a little bit, though.
Yeah. Now I poke fun at it. I'm like, remember, like, I bring it up.
Because you like it.
Well, then you're part of the
Yeah, yeah.
problem.
You're like, sit on me and talk about other guys. Yeah, I know guys that like that.
Yeah.
That's called the craft.
Tell me about your date. Then push it up.
Bring in the bull. I got banned on Reddit for saying that. There was this guy doing a fit check on Reddit. There were these rich people doing a fit check of their outfit, and there's this lady with her. She had an outfit and like Louboutins and a fancy dress and a coat, and then the guy was like, "I'll do my fit check. I'm wearing a blah 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 coat with a Brooks Brothers shirt and this and everything." And I just wrote on underneath their fit check because they looked like the type of people. I was like, he watches it. And they banned me. They kicked me out. They're
No,
like,
the kick out?
yeah, they kicked me out of there. Too spicy. Let's try this one right here.
Tom, Dan, Sam, BDM, Kylie.
Yeah, Mike.
Listening to Friday's episode and talking about MegaCon. Dan, I will totally go and dress up with you. Let's go. I want to go. I've never been. It sounds like so much fun. Plus, I love Star Wars and Marvel, so it's easy. Dress up. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.
I don't think I'll ever go to MegaCon and dress up, especially now. Not because I don't think it's cool, but just because I heard nothing but like horror stories of people getting in and out of MegaCon. And that just doesn't sound like something, unless I can have a helicopter take me there with my
Go on the
outfit,
Thursday because there's less people.
Is there
Seriously.
VIP parking or something you can pay for?
I would have to have that because there's no way. I had a friend that dresses up like pseudo-professionally, and it took him like 4 hours to get home.
God damn.
3.5 hours to get home or something.
It goes back to the best gift for any loved one is you buy them VIP parking for an event that they're going to. And I'm telling you, when Justin did that for us with the Avett brothers
Pretty
and
awesome,
then
yeah.
Willie Nelson in
Yeah.
Tampa, they gifted us that VIP parking.
It changes the whole
I'm going to
event.
try and get that for Limp Bizkit.
It's better
it's
than
only
good
like
seats.
30 or 40 bucks. Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
if you're looking for a gift that is more valuable than the price, it's the VIP
It's
parking.
better
And
than the tickets. Like,
I
I'd
was
rather have good parking than good seats.
Yeah. You thank that person a million times. Like, they think of you. Like, I was thinking of Justin, like, it was awesome that he gave us because it made it so convenient. I was like, this is a better gift than any. If you were to give me $100,
Yeah.
this VIP parking was better, and it was only like 40
I've
bucks
only
or
had
whatever.
good parking for one show, Blink 182.
Yeah.
It like I had that pop up. I got them early, and I got the cheapest tickets you could for Blink 182, and it popped up the where you get like, oh, do you want to add premium parking? And it wasn't that expensive, and I did it. And now it sells out super fast. But man, if you can get it, you're right. It is the best way to go see a
it's
show.
one of those things that normally you don't buy because you're just like, I don't need to spend an extra $30. I'll walk or whatever. But the day of is so good that I'm telling you, best gift
It
ever.
actually makes you excited to go to the show because if you're like me and you get anxiety from the parking process of going and leaving,
I didn't realize people get anxiety parking.
dude, I get it.
And that's
Oh my God, yeah, that's a
that-
huge
Yeah,
thing.
I
don't wanna
didn't
be,
know.
I don't want to be late. One of the reasons why I got into Chappelle so early is because I didn't have a parking pass. They had all sold out.
Oh.
So we got there early so I could get.
Make sure you get parking.
yeah,
Make sure you can walk.
I
to-
was so
yeah.
scared that I was going to screw it all up, and then I always feel bad if I'm the one that, because we got
If
there
it's a
late.
new venue, I'm Googling to see
Yeah.
if they have parking. If not, where I can park, how long it's going to take me to walk
But
from
I'm
where I
worse than
park to
anybody.
the
So
venue.
interesting.
If I'm going to a new doctor's office for like when I had to get my hip shots,
Oh, I remember your
over in
yeah,
Lake Mary,
yeah.
I had some time. I was like, I'll go over there and just see what it looks like because I'm going over there at a really busy time, and I just want to be able to know where to park. I drove over there, scoped it out, saw where I was going to park, drove home. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a
That's-
sickness.
I don't. But a lot of people are like that.
No,
because
but it's
I-
just as bad as Crystal getting the stuff late because she doesn't want to get there early. It's just as bad. It's the same thing. Just get there on time.
Well, the
15 minutes early is fine for everybody.
I give Crystal S, but she's rarely real late. Like she's pretty much hits it on the nose.
That's
like
the way
get
to
there
be then.
exact time, but it's cutting it close. But the parking, I've never thought about parking any place I've ever gone.
Oh, I
I've
hate
never
it.
looked it up. I've never even. I'm like 5 minutes before I get there. I'm just like, oh, where should I park? And then I start looking.
I
I'm like,
can't do that. I
I
wish
can't
I
do
could
that
do
either.
that.
It's
You got one more?
Yeah.
Let's just do one more and then we'll.
Speaking of parking, this is a Publix parking question. Hello, Team T&D members. I shop at Publix with a pretty small parking lot. I began noticing oversized trucks with trailers begin to park in perpendicular to the parking space a while back because they can't fit in a normal spot. It's gone from a truck or two every once in a while to 4 or more trucks almost every time I try to pick up lunch at Publix, to the point where now it is almost impossible to find a parking spot during the lunch rush. These landscapers take up an average of 6 to 7 parking spaces per truck with a trailer. My question is whether this is a dick move or not. Can I get Tom Van to approve giving them the Miami Friends Oscar Isaac S handle?
Oh, well, that's too
It's
aggressive.
too aggressive. The guy's just got a big vehicle, you know.
Yeah,
like,
where do you want them to park?
yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
look, I think it's funny when I see one lady driving the largest SUV in the world, but a lot of these guys that have dualies and big trucks and work trucks, they need those trucks. So, I mean, just be cool.
Yeah, like they have no. I understand if you if you parked sideways and took up like 6 parking spots and something you were
I mean, I
totally inconsiderate. Maybe that's something, but
Well, that's what he said.
But
Well,
I hate to
right-
come to their defense, but let's say I do have a dually, big tires in the back, it's wide. These parking spots over here at this particular Publix, I think are micro spots. Every
They're
road
tiny.
in Baldwin is
Yeah.
tiny.
yeah.
So if you took up some spaces, I'm just answering how I would answer. If I saw it, I don't think I would think you're being a dick. I think I'd go, oh yeah, he's got a big truck. Oh, that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make me that mad.
Yeah. And also, what do you think they think? Do you think they do it and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna,
There are those people.
like
There are a group of people, normally in my world, with the EV world, there are, and it's not many, but there are big truck guys that get enjoyment of going to Tesla superchargers and backing into the spaces because they're meant for Teslas, but they just, hey, it's a free country. And they'll back into the space, and then they'll over back into it, hitting the charger, bending it. And I've seen them around here, and we have them around here, but it's few and far between. It's not a lot of them.
I do like being mad at electricity.
F you,
It
electricity.
is pretty funny.
I was like, oh,
I don't get involved in any of that.
Why are you
Use
mad?
gas.
It's not political to me. It is
I'm like-
a magical car that drives me around. I don't get involved in any of that.
I'm like, your AC is powered by electricity. Like, you use electricity.
I use
all-
gas for my air conditioning.
Like
Yeah.
the phone you have in your
in the
hand.
same
is,
regard, somebody in the chat room said it. There are people that will go to the charger because it's the EV charging parking area, plug their car in, and leave it all day. And you're not supposed to do that
Yeah.
either. Because just be considerate. I think people
No one's considerate anymore.
Well, they are, but there is a
No
lack
one's
of it.
self-aware. No one gives a damn about anybody else but themselves. It's a mess out there, guys.
Yeah, we're having to retrain ourselves a little bit. I am seeing a lot of people that they just can't shut up.
It's the problem. Everybody keeps it to themselves. I'm telling you, you just got to go to full shame. We have to shame everybody, and then vigilante justice.
I
That's the
shame.
only
Yeah, but
reason-
you shame people. You shame the wrong person that gets mad that you're shaming them and they got a gun.
I
and then
thought
they're
I was.
shooting
I
you.
thought I had an episode.
They're not gonna kill you for
Stand your
shaming them.
ground.
I shamed somebody.
They're gonna
yesterday.
kill you when
People
you.
are shooting people in the streets for cutting them off.
Yeah, but
I'm
they,
not gonna shame them.
But it goes into a fight and then they kill you. If you just shame them and didn't
You're
escalate
giving
to
people
a
too
fight,
much credit.
I don't think they'll
They
kill you.
shot into a moving car and killed a 6-year-old girl. They're gonna shoot me for shaming them.
No,
I'm not taking the chance. You're not as paranoid as I am.
I shamed some guys yesterday.
Everybody's
on,
got a gun.
on the Katy Way Trail. I shamed 2 men riding their bicycles.
Side by side.
They were riding side by
A
side.
lot of them are doing that lately.
You got to stop doing that, guys. I realize that you want to carry on your conversation, and I get it.
Give pause.
But I was rolling up behind. I will say I was embarrassing myself. I rode up. I was riding behind them,
Oh.
and they were side by side talking. And I gave them every opportunity that they knew I was there. I was coming up behind them. I'm coughing. I'm clearing my nose. I've got my. I'm coasting, so my chains. You can hear everything that's happening.
Oh.
And I go to shoot between him, and the guy goes, "You're supposed to say on the left." And I said, "You're supposed to be self-aware and be riding single file." And then he said something else, and then I screamed the F word so loud and crazy that's why my voice is messed up today. I blacked out. I lost my temper so bad that when I came home was telling the story to Andrea and Maisie, I was embarrassed of myself. I got to go back to therapy again. I have not graduated. I've had a blackout freakout.
What's the etiquette is when you're on the bike?
Well, I would say a little bit of both. I could have said on your left a little louder. I didn't say it, but I was making noises.
You're making yourself known
I'm making
that you were
myself
there.
known.
Yes.
I was. I
Oh.
didn't say on your left. I should have said that. I'll put that on me. But they didn't care. They were just going to ride where they're going to ride. And then as I approached them, I said, "Oh, excuse me, guys," exactly how I said it. And that's when they started like coming at me. I just happened to come at them a lot more angrily. It was embarrassing. Like it was so like people heard it. I was screaming. I lost.
Were
my
you in your
mind.
chef pants? Because that would make it funnier.
What are you
No.
screaming about?
I don't know.
All right.
I was just
F
mad.
you!
I don't know. I can't even. I was trying to explain this to Andrea. I like was riding, doing my exercise, doing the thing that helps my anxiety, and it just hit me the wrong way. And they said what they said, and then I said what I said, and then they came back at me again, and I just went. I snapped. I went. It was bad. To
I've
the
done
point
that
where I was
before.
embarrassed, and then I thought to myself, "There's two muscle guys riding bikes. You just yelled at them. If they wanted to just cruise beside you, push you over, and beat you up, it would be justified."
I did this at a Walmart when a guy wouldn't get out of my way in the
You
aisle.
didn't need to act that way, Dan. You didn't need to act
I almost
that way.
fought the guy.
You didn't need to act that way.
We all gotta calm down as a society.
Yeah, I needed to calm down. It was embarrassing, and it was so embarrassing. I went around the lake again, and then of course
Looking
I passed.
for him?
No, I passed
Oh.
them because they're still riding.
Did you
and-
yell laugh?
No, I ducked my head down because I was embarrassed. I
Oh,
was.
gotcha.
I
You knew that. Yeah.
horribly
You went a little too far.
flawed way too far.
Yeah.
But like I don't know why it just hit me the wrong way, and I just lost my mind.
If someone does kill you one day, I'll be like, that makes
He
sense.
deserved it.
It adds up.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give you my chef pants.
All right, we will see you next week.
All right.
We got 5 minutes.
And this person doesn't need to be this week. It could be
Nope.
next week.
If you
Okay.
look at your paper, he will be performing on the 16th during the Gasparilla. It's probably underneath
Oh, yeah,
Craig's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this ACT?
So Gasparilla goes that whole weekend, but he's only performing on, I believe it's a Friday, right? The 16th? Yeah,
Okay.
Friday the 16th. And he is from Tampa. I gotta pee again.
Let me put on Zoom. I gotta get in the bathroom line too. Good segments today.
Yeah.
Funny. Really loose and silly. Come on, Zoom. Yeah, Baby Bowl, it was a little bit of that. Like the fact that they were like, I put it a little back on me. I should have said on your left, but if I'm making enough noise and I'm close to you, I always think you should be self-aware enough to know that there's other bikes around you. And it was embarrassing. I shouldn't have done it. I used it as a moment because I was telling Andrea and Maisie was hearing me, and I used it as a moment to tell Maisie not to act like that. But I don't think she'll have that problem. She's not like me that way. But they should have just seen me and then gone, oh, and then the one guy just dropped behind the other guy. I go right by, and then they come back up. No, they didn't have earbuds in. That was the thing. They were talking to each other, and I use my AirPod Maxes because I love the way it amplifies the outside sound. So it's safe. You can hear cars and people can talk to you. So that's why I heard what they were saying. They didn't have earbuds in. They were just talking. Which I get it. You want to ride next to your dude, your friend, and talk, but I'm trying to ride.
Bissett. And he has the same birthday as you. So he's performing the day after his, I want to say like 22nd birthday.
No, man.
It's half your age. And we'll put him, what, Monday? We already have Monday 3, so maybe Monday 4. You only
Do we
need
have Monday
15.
3?
Yeah.
What do we do for Monday 3?
We talked to Max from Leader Brewing.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, let's do Monday 4.
All right.
And how long do we got? 20?
15.
15? All right. That's good.
So this will be for Monday 4. We need 15 minutes.
Okay,
He will be Zooming.
Great.
He reminds me of the lead singer of All American Rejects, like a young version.
Yeah, he looks like that guy. Yeah, I can see that. They're both very good-looking dudes.
Yeah, he's very all-American white
Yeah.
boy.
Dude can straight up model for Tommy Hilfiger right now.
100%.
Like, really, put on an American sweater and you'd be sell some sweaters. All of the models in Andrea's, because that's the clothing she gravitates to. Like, everything in Andrea's closet is, red, white, and blue.
How old will you be next week, Tom?
42.
42.
I liked 42. That was a good one. One of my favorites.
The 42.
You feel 42?
Oh, yeah.
Don't know what a 42-year-old should feel like.
I will say at 47, I think I feel worse than I thought I would feel. I'm pretty beat up. Pretty beat up.
I think I'll always go the way that my grandfather went, in which
You always
terrified me.
Yeah, you're going to feel 16 in your brain your whole life.
Yeah. Well, not 16, but way younger than your actual current age.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when he was in his upper 80s, and he told me, he's like, I don't feel this old. He's like, in my mind, I'm still in my 40s. And then I'm like, what, really?
I say that right now.
And then I'm like, that's 40 years ago.
Yeah.
We're talking about, you still feel like you're in the 40s? Like, yep, I do not feel this old. And then it dawned on me that every old person does not feel in their mind like they're an old person. And then that scare, I was like, oh my God.
And then one day it all hits you.
Yeah,
and you're dead.
It's like you're trapped in a old body, and your mind is still technically like the same, but just time went by, and then you're like, oh my God, like I'm gonna feel the same, but my old body will, mentally I'll be basically an adult. You don't really change. Like I thought old people, their minds changed. For whatever reason.
Mine has.
No, but I'm not really.
joking,
But
I'm
but
joking.
you know what
But
I'm
it
saying? Like,
has, though, since you were in your 20s.
Of course, but
you
it-
matured more.
but not as much as I thought.
you thought,
I thought
yeah.
you'd be like a totally different person. Like now, when you're in your 70s, you're like, okay, if you're in your 70s, you are a 70-year-old mentally, and you're an old person. But it was like, of course you're not. Like Joe Biden still.
Well, he's not.
still-
He's barely alive.
But he's putting on aviators, and he's like,
'Cause
he's
blind.
still a cool dude. Like he still thinks, or he still wants to be a cool young military dude, or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? Like a young Joe Biden when he was
Young Joe.
when he was like in his like 38. I feel like he still has the mentality.
No, he does not.
Well, but I'm saying like the personality is like still. He's like, all right, I'm sniffing him good. Whatever.
my sniffing senses are still 100%.
Like I just think I will have this a version of this personality if I make it to my 70s, and that's what terrifies me because I'll be like, oh shit, I'll be this kind of the same person but in an old body.
I think that's how I am now.
Well, you're not an old body.
It feels like an old body. It hurts a lot more than it used to.
Yeah. That's a shame. It's a shame it doesn't get better.
Mm.
I gotta do something with that dumboldman.com that I own. Some guy on Reddit just called me a dumb old man. It made me laugh, and I'm like, I gotta do something with that. That was the reminder.
Mm-hmm.
People are so mean on Reddit. The guy was like, I just said, oh, that's a great idea, was my comment. And he goes, what do you know, you dumb old man? I'm like,
God damn.
okay, that's funny. What should I do with dumboldman.com? Let's redirect it to the Jim Colbert website.
The
That'll get him.
the even having .coms, it doesn't.
It's enough.
It all matters about where you search on Google, right? Like your
Mm-hmm.
your SEO.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, I got him. Here we go. Let's see. Hey, man, can you see us okay and hear us?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, that's great, man. Thank you so much for the time. Let me just make sure our cameras are good here. And we appreciate you doing this, man. Thanks again.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah, that looks good. All right, cool. I think we're good. Mr. Tom, would you like to begin?
Sure.
Don't blow it, Tom.
Yeah, Bissett, right?
Ah,
Not
yeah.
Bissett.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah,
Right.
Bissett.
Yeah.
I know Bissett.
We've been practicing. I was practicing in the bathroom. Oh, that sounds kind of gross, but I was. I was doing
Heck
that.
yeah.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. On the line with us right now, he's going to be performing at Gasparilla on February 16th, the day after my birthday,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is
And his birthday.
his birthday, which I
Yeah.
got something to ask him about. But we've got Aiden Bisset on the line. How you doing, Aiden?
Doing great. Stoked to be here.
So, Aiden, how old are you turning next week? Because we have the same birthday.
The big 21.
Yeah!
wow!
And you're going to be at the Gasparilla Music Festival?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be fun,
Can
man.
you imagine being a
21-year-old hot
21-year-old
dude.
hot rock star,
I've got a funny story
singer,
that
songwriter? Yeah,
Don't
come
you
on.
dare compare yourself to Aiden.
I got a story that ties in with Aiden. So when I was, I believe, 21 in college in Orlando, we drove, me and the Grizz and Pudge drove.
Do you have any friends that have weird names?
Like weird nicknames.
Yeah, are you like, it was Aiden, and it was Fudgy,
Right.
and it was Two Tops?
Yeah, no, I got one called Toothpick, you know.
Yeah, we are more alike than different. So anyway, we drove to Gasparilla, got out of my truck, my mini truck, walked to the gate, and they're like, "It's $20, please," and none of us had money.
Aw.
So we just went back to my truck and drove back to Orlando. We didn't bother to even check to see how much it cost. We thought it was just a big street party that we
Yeah.
could go for free.
Well, it is a big street party, but yes, of
Yeah.
course.
It is an event.
Yeah, it's an event with top
Yeah.
tier entertainment. So in order to see Aiden and
But-
others performing, you're going to need a
But
ticket.
Right.
that's where I was at 21. Aiden's
He's
performing.
performing.
Yeah.
And he signed to Capitol Records. Way better than you at
Yeah,
21.
let's talk.
By the way, 20 years later, not that much better.
Yeah, Aiden, let's talk a little
Unfortunate.
bit about that. Like, how did you, I guess, get discovered? I hate even saying it like that, but like,
It was fast, too.
yeah. How did that happen for you?
Well, when I got discovered when I was in high school, so I started making music out of my parents' house,
Nice.
in my childhood bedroom. But I was just like looking up stuff online how to produce because I was super interested in music, and I had like a high school band. And I was putting stuff out on social media like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And I think during like the COVID times, excuse me for using that scary word.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
But during the COVID times, it was just like all of these labels were looking for ways to find artists because they couldn't, do it in person. They had to find people online. And I was reached out to by a couple of labels, but the first one was Capitol. And I remember I got a DM while I was in my free period at school in the library, and it was from an A&R whose name's Jake. He's incredible. And he DM'd me and he's like, "Hey man, love your stuff. Let's chat. I'm with Capitol Records." And I literally thought it was a joke.
I was going to ask, how do you even trust that that's real and not a scam?
Yeah, because it's just a normal person. It's
Right.
not like their Instagram is not like Capitol Records or whatever.
Right.
And so I responded like I liked the message or whatever, and I was like, haha, sure. And then I left it on read or like delivered for
Yeah.
days. And he DM'd me again a couple days later, and he's like, "Hey dude, I'm being serious." And I was like, "Oh, cool, awesome." So I stayed home one day sick and like had a meeting with
Oh, my
sick.
God. He
Yeah.
he stayed home from school sick
Yeah,
to
you know
talk
what
to Capitol
I know you
Records.
know what I did when I stayed home sick.
That's right.
I know you know what I did, and it wasn't anything productive. But you know what I did.
So
I did
He
prices.
jumped on a Zoom call with the vice president of Capitol.
So Aiden, I'm curious at what like your parents. You didn't tell your parents like, hey, the a person from Capitol Records wants to have a meeting with me, because I'm thinking that like. If my sons are 8 and 9, if they were ever in high school and then you
we
wanted
hope
to
they
be a
make it that
musician,
far, Aiden. We hope they make
like
it that
I'd
far.
be like, well, you gotta stay home. Capitol Records is called. Like I would think this is a
Right.
big break or whatever. Like, why'd you hide it from them?
I don't know. I wanted to see how legit it was, and I like hopped on the Zoom. I remember my dad was working from home that day, so I hopped on the Zoom, and on the Zoom was Jake, my A&R now, and then his boss, who's now the president of A&R at Capitol. And I remember he's like, "Oh, my boss is gonna get on with me," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And he comes on, and he's just classic label guy, which is a little intimidating for somebody who's 18 or whatever, or
Right.
17. But he ended up being a sweetheart. But yeah, I remember looking up his name on Google. I was sitting there just like typing his name in, and I was like, his name came up, and I was like, oh my God, this is so not a joke right now, and this is a real businessman who has a real company behind him.
That's what a 17-year-old would
Yes,
say.
of
Oh my
course.
God, this is a businessman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And think back to when you were in high school, Tom, and you were doing stuff on the internet. You're not going to tell your parents like, "Hey, I'm in a chat room, ASL," saying I'm
Yeah,
18
yeah.
from California or whatever
And
the hell.
I didn't have the internet.
That's, that's how old
Yeah,
Daniel
yeah.
was. He'd have nothing
yeah.
to look up.
All I had to do
Too
to
old for
hide,
the
all
internet.
I had to do to hide things from my parents is just not open my mouth. There is nothing else out there to do. It's just all in here. Quiet.
Phones had cords.
Yeah, it's weird.
Aiden, like, you seem super mature for your age. Have you always been like this?
I think moving out on my own and just working within music matures a lot of artists. I've just kind of noticed that, especially when there's a lot of kids who move out now when they're like 18. And so in the past 3 years living in LA, most of my friends are 35 and married. Okay, so
Yeah,
they're producers and they're other writers, and they've been in the game for so long. So being around people like that, there's pros and cons to it. It's like nice to like be with people who like are doing the adult thing, but at the same time you kind of miss out on the college thing and
Right.
being young. You kind of skip a couple steps. So
We-
I don't know. There's good things about it and bad
Sure.
things.
Like, yeah, I was going to mention that is like, because you're driven and you're career driven, obviously. And now that you're working on your career, you basically,
Your
skip,
priorities
skip the
shift.
step.
yeah,
Yeah.
you skip the step of just effing off, not doing but-
Partying in college.
But-
I mean, even right now, you're doing an interview
doing
and
work,
press
yeah.
for your appearance at Gasparilla.
But I say you're not really missing out on much, because I did that and a lot of our listeners did
not
that.
as good as
And-
being
and it's-
performing at Gasparilla Music Festival,
and-
living in LA, being
Yeah.
signed.
Well, it's a waste of time. Like I wish that I got to work earlier.
But it's always the grass is greener, right?
Yeah. What do you think, Aiden?
Yeah, I mean, I went up to FSU once to visit my cousin, because she was like, "Oh, you got to experience the college thing one time." So I was like, "All right, I'll do it for it was like the Florida versus FSU game, which is like a
Okay.
big party
Oh, yeah.
for them."
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it was something. Like it was fun, like for a couple hours, and then I was like, you know what, maybe this just wasn't for me anyways. I don't think I would have
okay.
joined a frat or whatever. That's just really not who I am. So
Everybody's just getting blackout drunk, and then
Yeah, you're actually being productive. Yeah.
and you just do it over and over and over. You're
Yeah.
like, all right, this is it.
It's kind of like songwriting, except you don't accomplish anything.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is a process that's very long and tedious, and you do it over and over and over.
yeah, poisoning your body
Yeah.
and mind.
Are your parents? Are they? Is anybody else musical, or like how did that come about?
actually, no. They don't really know where the interest came from or why. None of us really do. I think for me, where it came from was I was playing football, and I was planning to go to school for football, or to college for it. And when I
What
moved from Oregon
position?
to Florida, what position? I was a receiver.
Okay.
And when I moved from Oregon to Florida, I just kind of lost the passion for it. But I had always like played guitar, but I couldn't sing any of that stuff. And when I started the high school band, we like played a show, and I remember like being on stage and it feeling like a similar feeling to being on a field, because football is so performative. You're doing you're putting on a show for a crowd, and so it had a similar feeling as, although I wasn't slamming my head against other people, but,
Right.
but it was like the same thing. You're like, you know, you have to have a confidence on the field, you have to have a confidence on the stage, and I don't know where the music thing came from, because every time we talk about it, everyone's just like, why and where, and I was like, I don't know, performance.
That's kind of cool, though. I always like it when it's like kind of a mystery, because then it makes me believe more in like genetics and things floating through the body. Like you might have some ancestor that was like killing it just like you are, and it just somehow made its way into your numbers, and I think that's awesome.
And Aiden, I'm sure when you came to Florida and you're a wide receiver, and then you see all the other wide receivers in
Tampa.
Florida, Tampa, and Florida high school football, you're like,
I was better in Oregon.
someone's like, this is Andre Johnson's cousin. He's faster than Andre, and you're like, God damn.
I find it interesting that you said that you'd always play guitar, but you couldn't sing, and now you sing.
Yeah.
So did you take classes? Because we just had this conversation with Tom where he was baffled that people that like, if you think you can't sing, can you learn to sing?
Correct.
And,
yeah.
I mean, I've heard your songs. You obviously can sing.
Well,
so how did
yeah.
you take classes, or did you just naturally practice?
Yeah, I started taking like Zoom classes when we were off of school, and I was horrible for a really long time. But it's just like your voice is like a muscle, right? So like if it's like working out, the more you work out, the stronger it gets. Now, I will say, at least from my experience, I don't think I'll ever be as talented as a naturally born singer, but I can work
What you
and-
got?
and
Yeah.
like strengthen my voice to a point where it's like it's still a very skilled voice. if
Yeah,
that
and it
makes sense.
fits your music. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Aiden, I'm curious. You were in high school during COVID.
And an all-boys school, too.
Yeah, what was that like?
Ooh, that must have been fun.
Because I
don't know why I said that. I thought it would be weird to say that.
Well, there's a lot of people that during the time in their lives, I feel, did get robbed.
Oh, yeah.
Because of COVID. Like,
It had to be so weird, yeah.
Like everybody fell into it at a different point in their lives, and
How
some
do you
people
play football during COVID?
some people's lives never changed.
Put a
They're
mask
just
on.
like,
That's
I
true.
go to work.
Yeah. I mean, mine was pretty similar.
So how was that?
I mean, it was definitely weird. I missed out on so much of the normal high school things, like all the high school dances. I mean, I never went to prom.
Oh, wow.
I like our sports were canceled. You know, like
Did you
there
guys
was so much
graduate
that-
on Zoom?
I was lucky enough. Jesuits somehow worked something out to allow us to graduate on the football field. So they had everyone outside, spaced out 6 feet apart from each other,
Okay.
and we all graduated outside.
Yeah. We did some
But my
events like
sister,
that.
yeah, she graduated on Zoom, and it was like so depressing.
Damn.
See, I think I would like to, because I graduated from high school, didn't want to walk. Graduated from college, didn't want to walk. Like, you give me the Zoom ceremony, I might actually show up. You know, I'd be like, oh, this is great. I can do it anywhere I want. I think my...
Aiden Bisset. AidenBisset.com.
AidenBisset.com.
He has really good songs. They're really catchy indie pop songs. And also, if you want tickets,
Did we go too far at the end? I felt like we
GasparilloMusic.com
yeah.
for tickets for that.
Although-
I was going to ask him about the whole UMG case with TikTok, how they pulled all their music, and if that affected him at all. But
Oh yeah.
maybe
sorry.
next time.
I think
we'll
my
talk to him.
little
Sorry.
Vietnam comment.
I had like
Yeah.
legitimate
Oh, yeah,
questions
Yeah. I just was thinking about, I don't know. I saw a
about
look
going to an all-boys school in high school.
I saw a look of horror in his eyes when I said
That must have been awesome.
I just like it that we
I
only
just like being silly.
interview extreme old,
Extreme old or extreme young,
yeah.
yeah.
Nothing in
It's
between.
like my porn categories. It's like I like real
Whoa.
old.
That's what's on your rhythm.
Yeah, I like old does young though. I like it when they meet in the middle.
Old du jour.
Yeah, old du jour.
All right. See you tomorrow.
Very good.
Very good. All right.
That went well, though.
It did well.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
did go well. He's very nice. All right, that is.
Monday
Goddamn,
4.
turning 21.
Yeah.
And to look like that guy, oh my God, it's a good-looking guy. Holy crap! It's like perfect hair, beanie, tall,
Oh,
singer.
if you watch any of his like live shows,
Oh,
it's
God.
all young girl, like teenage
My
and early
God.
20-year-olds.
You know what's weird, and this perspective, I believe, only can come with just age and living a long time, is that you'll see someone like Aiden, and his entire career, Like his career started during the pandemic.
Yeah, hasn't
And-
been that long.
And then now he's performing at Gasparilla. He's got a
He
following
didn't
and other.
do music before the fucking pandemic.
Yeah, like
at
he
all.
started in the
Yeah.
pandemic. So in that amount of time, but it's been 4 years.
Yeah,
Right. So
and look at how far he's come. Been
so-
signed to Capitol Records.
But 4 years is a decent amount. It's not 4 months. 4 years is a time that you could build into him. 4 years is probably,
Oh, of
it
course,
seems like
yeah.
a long ass time.
Yeah.
But to me and to all of us, like 4 years from pandemic to now is just a blink of the eye.
100%.
This like, it was just some time that passed.
That was
happened to
another
us.
question I was thinking of, is because he was saying like all his friends are like 35 with kids and they've been doing the music thing for a long time. Like now that he's in LA, I wonder if he gets any like pushback, because he literally blew up on TikTok and got signed to Capitol, and that was it. And he had never sang before.
I wanted to ask a variation of that, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. And goes back to our conversation yesterday, where it would be slightly insulting. But I bet he does get pushback for it. But
Yeah. Well,
But I mean, he shouldn't. I mean, he's talented
No.
and he put in the work.
I hope we get him in here. Since he's local, maybe we can.
Well,
get
he's
him
not
in.
anymore. He lives in LA now.
Yeah, but he's got roots in Tampa,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Maybe we can get him back in here. Anyway, is it lunchtime?
It
Yep.
is.
All right. What do we have after lunch?
We have Cadillac Pat.
Yep.
Cadillac Pat.
I don't know if we're gonna come back to
Oh,
because
we have a weird job that we're going to be using for the future at 1, and then we'll have Cadillac Pat at 1:30. So it's up to you guys if you want to do Zoom or not. Or not Zoom,
Or
Twitch.
do you not want to do Twitch? We don't have to.
we can't. I mean, it really. I guess who cares? We might as well do it.
Yeah.
All
So we'll see you guys back here a little before.